83.
Read it. So when we talk about something, let's read it.
Yeah, Psalms 83, dealing from 1 to like about 6 or 7. Yeah, just read it through. Yeah.
We prove what we do. Anything we say,
nation as
we
well.
prove it out the Bible.
Psalms 83 verse 2, and it reads, "For lo, thine enemies make a tumult."
So there's a group of people that have an enemy who is identified as an enemy of progress. Go on.
And they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
So there's another group of people in juxtaposition to that group of people. And that other group of people, they have come together and formed a union, League of Nations, United Nations, the what they call that compact before the Plymouth Rock compact, before they landed on Plymouth Rock, they had a congregation, a conglomeration. Go on.
Verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel.
They've taken crafty means wise, but not wise in a good way, conniving.
Yes.
All right,
Oh,
now,
no, let me finish off and then you can ask your question. Go on.
they have taken crafty counsel against thy people,
Against that group of people, go on.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
So that's the point I wanted to get, the hidden ones. So the hidden ones, hidden means it's unknown, or it's put aside, or it's put out of view, or out of remembrance, right? So that's identifying the specific group. It goes on to label the people that are doing that, but for this purpose, I want to go to Deuteronomy 28:1, and then we'll jump to 15.
I didn't take the guy's question.
Yeah. No, sorry, you had a question.
I have a couple.
Yeah.
All right, so let me just finish it off, and then you could answer the question. Go on.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 1,
Yep.
it reads, "And it shall come to pass,
It will happen is a future connotation.
if thou shalt hearken diligently
If you will listen carefully
unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
unto the voice, unto the words of the prophets, the elders, Jesus Christ, Paul the apostle, the disciples, all of the patriarchs, all of the wise men that had this good sense to follow and not disobey." Go on now.
to observe and to do all his commandments.
Right, so when somebody says observe and do, it's a twofold thing. It means don't just hear, but you see what I'm doing, you hear what I'm doing, and you do it. Go on now.
Observe his commandments. So observe and to do all his commandments,
All the commandments.
which I command this day,
It's the Most High command, using Moses as his medium. Go on now.
that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of earth.
Right, so that's our identifying marker. What it's saying is there's a group of people, if they obey the instructions given to them, they would be placed on top of other groups of people, which is why other groups of people didn't like them. Because they knew anytime they were obedient to God and doing his commandments, they ended up being on top of everybody else. Let me just finish it off and then you ask the question. 15.
Verse 15.
Right.
But it shall come to pass,
But it will
Let me just
happen.
read through it, because
because
it's explaining every verse.
Yeah, because I want to.
Yeah.
show
Read
you
through
something
it,
as well.
read through
but it shall
it.
come to
Yeah,
pass,
just
if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Yeah.
to observe to do all his commandments and statutes,
Yep.
which I command you this day, that all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you.
So all extreme amount of bad things will happen if they disobey.
Right,
So-
and
so
I
what's the-
know that one.
So I'm just saying it just to identify this particular group of people. And one of the identifying markers is it's hidden, meaning the information is not known to them. All right, go on.
All right.
There's
Obviously,
something else I
living
want to ask you
in
when you're
living in
finished.
this century and having my history, okay, is from slavery and mixed up and all kinds
Right,
of
right,
genealogy
right,
in my DNA.
Right.
All right.
Right.
And the scriptures that I'm a product of what I've been taught.
Yes,
We all are.
Right?
We all
Now,
are. That's why the
okay,
truth
from,
sets you free.
right, so from what I've been taught,
Right.
this group of people
Yeah.
that the Bible is speaking to, and their prophets, they are being told they're Israelites who came
Right.
out of Egypt. So are they white or are they black?
Okay, that's a beautiful question. Would you allow me to answer it?
Yes, sure.
Right. So the concept of colorism was created
Yes.
So there was a time when people wasn't walking around and saying, "Oh, you darker than me, and I'm lighter than you, and your hair's prettier than yours." That was constructed to divide and conquer.
Yes.
Right. However, there's one group of people, when they were born, it was such an anomaly that the people of the time found a need to record it. So besides Adam and mankind being described as being made from the dirt or made from the dust of the earth, which we all know that the dirt is different shades of brown, so we can assume that everybody was brown. There was Genesis 25 and 24? Yeah. Just read it through. Where it's describing the color.
Book of Genesis 25 verse 25, and it says, and the first came out red, all over like a red garment.
So there was twins.
Yes.
So
Esau and Jacob.
Right, but wait. Yes, you're right. But the first one, which is Esau, go on.
And they called his name Esau. And verse 26, and after that came brother.
No, you've missed something.
You missed the color.
Oh, sorry, and the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment.
Right.
And they called his name Esau.
Right. So the hairy garment in question was the tabernacle that the Ark of the Covenant and everything else was held in, and it was no, well, I'll explain it. The color of it was red. It was a blood red because they used the blood of a Cornelius worm to create the dye. So when it says a hairy garment or a hairy cover, it's referring to a specific color. And that specific color is a blood red.
Right, so it
or
wasn't,
bloodish red.
because I naturally thought it was referring to his complexion.
Yeah, it is. But it's using, all right, so right now, in this day and time, we have names for different shades of color. Yeah, oh, sorry. So we have names for different shades. So we have sky blue, we have violet, we have
that's
all
modern.
these- Right. So in ancient times,
Yeah.
the language was more basic. So you would say red, and then you would give the name of something to give you a concept of what kind of red, right? So that's why it says like a hairy garment. So the minute it says hairy garment, it's giving you a precise description of the color. If you know what a hairy garment is, which I do, which is why I explained it to you. Right? So he was red, blood red. Now I don't know if you've ever seen certain babies that are born, right? But certain babies that are born, when they come out the womb, they're totally red and they're bawling and they're thing, and then afterwards the color changes. So it's explaining a particular color of a particular individual. And as far as I know, I could be wrong, but as far as I know, it's the only individual that's being described as is born. So much so that it was noted down. Right, so that's describing.
No, but he wants to know the color of the Israelites. Are they black or white?
Yeah, right. So I described the color of Esau. Right. So there's various. So you could go into Songs of Solomon. You could go into.
Just break down the curses, because the curses are upon the Israelites, and then see what it fits.
Yeah.
Remember, there's a question I want to ask you after.
Yeah.
No, hold on. Let his question be.
Right, because I'm talking to you guys, and I'm trying to entangle
I know.
my thinking, and I'm trying to make
Not
sure
untangle.
untangle
Well,
my
you are
thinking,
entangling,
and
but you're trying to
I'm
untangle.
trying to not to let my brain go.
This is why we don't want to load you up too much.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because I still got to walk away from it.
That didn't answer his question. Go to Deuteronomy 28.
Yeah, this question, because it doesn't. Yeah. Answer
Go
the
to
question.
Deuteronomy
And
28.
then after, I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you. When they're
Let me
finished,
show
I
you
want to
something.
ask you a question.
Deuteronomy chapter 28. So these are curses upon the Israelites, right?
Right.
Read 45.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandment and his statute which he commanded thee thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign,
So the curses are going to be upon the Israelites
Yes.
as a sign. Go on.
and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever.
So when we go through them, we should be able to identify who these people are today. Now, certain of the lesser ones, you can put on various nations, but some get a bit more specific. So go to 68 and get Deuteronomy 5 and 6 for me. So this is one of the curses
We can then tap
for
into
breaking the
Deuteronomy chapter
commandments.
28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt
So he
again.
said he's going to bring you into Egypt. So read 5 and 6 for me. Listen to this.
Deuteronomy 5 and 6. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage.
So Egypt has been referred to as a house of bondage, because remember Moses delivered them out of Egypt.
Yes.
So the Lord is saying if you break the commandments, read 68 again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So he's going to bring you back into bondage, but this time with ships. So when we look at history, what group of people do we know went into bondage?
Well, yeah, you can say the African slaves.
Yeah, go on, read on.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. And thou shalt see it no more
Which
again.
is their homeland. Go on.
And there ye shall be sold.
So those people, once they got off the ships, were they sold?
Yes,
Who were they sold to?
European.
Let's see, go on.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies
Go on.
for bondmen
Slave man.
and bondwomen.
Go on.
And no man shall buy you.
Buy in the Hebrew is konah, which means to redeem. So just on that one curse alone, we can tell the color of these people and who they are.
Right. Question.
Go on.
Now, according to what I understand or what I've been taught, okay, the original people that went down into Egypt was Jacob's children,
Yeah.
right? And they multiplied in Egypt. And then came a time when God delivered them from
That's
Egypt.
right. Go on.
All of this writing, my understanding, is about them.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, because it's not a universal book.
Right. We was in Africa, right? Another continent. Well, no, it's not another
It's not another
continent
continent.
because
It's
Egypt
the
and
same,
Africa
it's
is
the same place. It's
Right.
like they divided.
No, we are told the mixed multitude came out with the Israelites, like Jacob's children.
Yeah.
All right. Now, my question is still being asked. Then, where do we fit in?
Where do
Still
we?
not, I'm still. That's not still not answered.
No,
to me.
right, the way we fit in, those curses are upon the Israelites, right? God's chosen
Right.
people. So I
Right.
just gave you one. We can go through more, but the identifies.
Okay, so you're trying. Are you saying then to me? All right. This curse, the Deuteronomy 28, right? 6 was on all Israelites. It was talking to the whole nation.
Yeah,
of Israel.
because-
all right.
Because that's who
Right,
who the
so out
covenant
of the
went to.
12 then, all right, are you saying those people who disobeyed, because obviously it doesn't apply to all
No,
of
no,
them,
the
some-
curse is upon the nation.
right, it's upon the nation.
whole
so,
nation.
So then it would be, surely it would be upon the nation of the Israelites then. It wouldn't be,
No, listen to
no,
40,
this is
read
why
46
you
again. Hold on,
read
hold on. Read 46 again.
Let's watch this.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 45.
46.
46.
29.
And they shall be upon thee
So the
for,
curse is going to be upon you. Go on.
for a sign and for a wonder,
Go on.
and upon thy seed
Your seed
forever.
is your generation, your
Yes,
lineage.
yes.
It's going to be upon them forever. So even today, this is why when we look at history, that never happened in biblical time. We can't read no biblical event of those people going into slavery on ships.
No.
So it's a generational thing. That's why it says it's going to be upon your seed forever.
Right, watch it. Let me just quickly add to that. Let me show you this, right? Next verse, read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 29 and verse
Because
15.
like you said that this was said to them that was there. But watch what
Actually,
the
let me
Bible
start
says.
14, verse
Yeah.
14 and 15, verse 14. Neither with you only do I make this covenant and this oath, verse 15, but with him that standeth here,
Those people that stood there and heard it and the oath was made with them. But watch this.
here with us this day before the Lord our God, and also with him that is not here with us this day.
Their generation to come.
Right.
So it was going to filter down.
yes.
Once you're generating, that curse was still going to be upon his seed, because it even says his seed and his seed. It goes. It's a generation. So don't think it was only for them, because it just said here, for them that stand here this day and them that are not with us this day. Those are to be born and to generate later on.
So, Jim, I really appreciate all this.
But why?
And I'm going to go on.
But one thing though, before you go,
I want to ask you a question. Before
why are we going through those things?
I don't know. But according to this, you're saying it's because of the curse.
But yeah, but what caused the curses though? Us not doing or not doing what?
Not obeying God according to this. But I relate it to the Israelites. I would not relate it because of the way that I've been taught.
No, but we were never taught that we were these people. We was always taught that we weren't these people.
Yeah.
I grew up
Weren't
in the
included
church.
in it.
So this is the whole reason why when the brother showed you John 8:32, you shall know the truth and the truth shall make you free.
Yeah.
Now you understand why we as a people, read 44, 43, now you understand why we as a people are going through what we're going through. Like, I would say to people, what we follow as Christianity today.
So do you look at other people that's been enslaved?
Yes.
And
No, this is what I said to you. Certain of the curses, lesser ones, you can fit on various nations.
Yes.
But there's ones that's more specific, which then you can't.
That you
It can't be those nations.
One in
Because
particular is the transatlantic
Yeah.
slavery and
You
the
can't
Arabic
put that on anybody else.
slavery.
Yeah.
The transatlantic and the sub-Saharan.
the
You
Jewish
can't
people,
put that
their
on anyone
transport
else.
was trains.
Yeah, they went, and,
You know what
and
I'm
they
saying?
didn't even go into slavery.
No.
Yeah. They went into, not even that, no, they went into the
Concentration camps.
That's what I was trying to do. They went into concentration camps.
You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, now we understand why we're going through what we're going through, and that's through prophecy. So then, if you know why something's happening, then you know how to remedy it. So if we're going through this for breaking the commandments, how do you remedy that?
obeying the commandments.
Is that
Exactly.
simple?
Like, let me give you a
That's
fine
simple.
example. A fine example. Like you say, you go to church.
Yeah.
So you're looking forward to Christmas on Thursday.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
So you're looking forward to. And does your church have a nice tree put up in there?
I know that. I
the
know
reason-
that one.
Yeah. Huh?
I know that one.
They-
I
they-
don't actually.
But they have a Christmas tree
Well,
and they do
it doesn't
celebrate.
mean that I
Christmas.
believe in it.
No, but they
yeah,
celebrate
they do.
because I was at a funeral yesterday and went into the church sermon. A big old Christmas tree at the back of the church.
Yeah, I
Lights
know.
on everything.
I know there's
But
a
watch
lot-
this.
But I know this. I know.
But we have to reread it. Read
Yeah,
it for me.
I know.
Verse
They
1 to 4.
decorate it and paint it. Yeah.
So
I know. I know it.
No,
it
no,
doesn't
alright,
mean that
yeah. But
because
let's
you
read
know
it
it.
for the yeah. But here's
People still do it.
but here's the problem, right? Don't you think the church, like being who they are, don't you think they would have read the scripture?
Yeah.
But yet they still celebrate Christmas. Remember, just read it.
So this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verses 1 to 4, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Now, who's he speaking to?
That's the
The
audience.
Israelites. He's not speaking. So the other nations can do this.
Yes.
That's the point I'm making.
yes.
But watch this.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord,
So the Lord is speaking.
Yes.
learn not the way of the heathen.
He said, don't do what the other nations are doing. Don't learn their way.
In the notes it says Gentiles.
Yeah.
Don't learn the way of the Gentiles, heathens, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Now, why it says to be not dismayed at signs of heaven? Because they do sun worship, moon worship, astrology, and all these signs of heaven, and they worship this and that. That's the things that the other nations are doing. God is saying, you Israelites, my people, don't do this. Now watch this.
For the heathen are dismayed at them, for the custom of the people are vain.
So now it's going to go into a custom. There's a custom that the other nations do that is vain. Remember, this is Jeremiah. He's speaking through Jeremiah. Jeremiah was in the Babylonian era. Christ wasn't even come on the earth yet. This is under Nebuchadnezzar. He's saying this at that point.
For one cutteth a
So he's
tree,
going to go into this custom. Well, read that part again for the custom.
for the customs of the people are vain.
So he's showing that this custom is vain, it's useless, something you should not be doing.
For one cutteth a tree
Remember-
out of the forest,
Now, this was written when there was no such thing as artificial trees. At this time, you actually go in the forest and cut a tree out the forest.
Yeah.
the work of the hands of the workman with the axe.
They never had chainsaws, electric chainsaws them days. They had to swing an axe until the tree fell.
Verse 4. They deck it.
So after that, they cut it out the
Which
thing.
is basically
They
talking
decorate it.
They deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not.
So they have to make us nowadays. You can buy a stand, but them days they had to fasten nails and hammers so it doesn't fall over.
Make us stand.
Yeah, watch
Verse
this.
5. They are upright as the palm tree.
So they're upright the palm tree because before the Christmas tree used to be the palm tree, and then it went from the palm tree to the fir tree, and then it went.
Upright like.
Yeah. Hold on, we're gonna get there. And then it went from the fir tree to the pine tree, which is what they call evergreen, because even in winter it stays green. Trees lose their leaves in winter, but not the evergreen. That's why they use it. So it's still looking alive in the dead of winter. And there's a reason why it has to look alive,
But speak not.
because it can't speak. But I'm gonna explain why it says that.
They must needs be born.
They must needs be born, meaning they must needs be carried, because there's no life in them. Now, when you go through this history, this was about Tammuz. Like, what happened is, he was supposed to be reincarnated back into the tree. That's the reason why it says they speak not, because that was that custom, that Tammuz had died and reincarnated into the tree. I mean, you're older than me, I believe, so you know Christmas time, they used to have what you call a Yule log. Remember the Yule log chocolate? Do you know what Yule is? Yule means child. They used to sacrifice children. That's where that Yule log comes from. It's a pagan worship that people don't even know what the hell they're worshiping. It's got nothing to do with Christ.
We will absolutely agree on that.
Yeah.
That there are customs,
Yeah.
okay, that is practiced in the church, in the secular church, that has nothing to do with the scripture.
Not at all.
We're completely, I'm completely.
But then
on
the
board
Bible
with
says,
that.
be ye a doer of the word.
Right.
And not a hearer, only deceiving your own selves. Just
So-
finish off.
So my next question then to you. Oh, you got-
Yeah, anybody can answer, because we're all under one mind.
So what's your hope for the future?
Somebody take
Yeah?
that from me.
What's the hope?
The hope is that we repent and we come back to knowing who we are. Yeah,
Look, I'll show you. Give me Isaiah 60. This is my hope.
And I have one for you as well.
Isaiah 60, and read from verse 10.
there we are.
Isaiah chapter 60, verse 10.
And you know what? After you read, I want to show you something that we're
Actually,
looking
give me Deuteronomy
forward to.
30.
You can get
Deuteronomy
us from
30.
Isaiah 14 and 1.
Yeah.
We'll show you that. We'll show you what we actually looking forward to.
Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 1.
Start from 1. Yeah.
And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind.
Which is what we're doing now. When we're breaking down the person and saying, look, we went through this, now we're starting to call them to mind. Go on.
And not only who went through this, you know what's the most important thing? Why did you go through this? Because if you don't know why, you can't fix it.
And thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee,
Showing that we're scattered amongst every nation on the planet.
and shall return unto the Lord thy God, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity
So that's what we're hoping for him to take us out of this place. Go on.
and
Then
have compassion upon thee,
Go on.
and return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee.
And bring us back home
Home to where?
to our land.
Oh, okay. So
Our
your hope then for the future is a physical
Of course.
realm down
Of
here.
course.
well, of course, because
Right.
doesn't it say
To
the
bring
kingdoms
it
on earth?
right. So you do not then believe in original sin and that.
What do you mean the original sin?
No, I'm asking.
No, no,
No,
what do you
we
mean?
have to understand the
Right,
question so
okay.
we can answer.
I'm asking what the Bible says about man and sin. All right.
But what is sin?
Hold on.
Sin
But,
is disobedience
hold on,
to God.
yeah,
According
but
to-
the original
right.
sin, what's this
Yeah, that's
original
what I was
sin?
trying
Right.
to
Where?
understand.
Okay. what I've been taught. Okay, that Adam sinned.
Yeah.
Okay, against God.
Mm-hmm.
You believe in Adam,
Go on.
right? Adam sinned against God, and as a result of his sin and transgression against God, death came into the
Well,
world.
the Bible teaches that, but when it says death came into the world, it's referring. Get me 2 Esdras 3. The world is referring to a specific group of people. Because before that, someone get Genesis 2. I brought this out the other day. Genesis 2:25.
We get the Genesis.
I'll not just do that. I'm supposed to put
That is
flipping
inside
copyright on my thing the other day. Genesis 2:25.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 25. And they were both naked.
The same flipping tune you was playing last week.
It's the only tune he likes. It's the only tune he likes.
Up to now, I still can't down it.
You see, because it's blasted music. Go on,
And
read
they
that
were
then.
both naked,
This talk about Adam and Eve. It says they were both naked.
the man and his wife, and were not ashamed.
So that's before their sin. That's the only time.
After.
Before.
Oh, yeah, before.
Anytime
Sorry,
you
before.
read, that's the only time you're going to read in the Bible. It speaks about naked
Yeah.
and being not
And
ashamed.
not being ashamed.
That's being without
Right.
sin.
Yes.
Yeah. When you go to chapter 3, then they were naked, and that's where sin come into
Yes.
play. So read 2 Esdras 3 and start. Second Esdras. When you get a 16:11, no, when you get a 16:11,
No, I'm just saying
Yeah.
it's not in the.
no, because they
Esdras
took it
is
out.
not in. I know they
Yeah,
took it
yeah.
out.
It's
but
not in the word?
It's
Yeah,
not in.
the
In the
66
what?
books.
The King James?
No,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
66.
it's
He's got the King.
No, but what he's talking about is 66.
No, I know what he's talking
Yeah.
about, but I'm explaining to him. It is, because this is the King James.
It's in its, see, in this one, it's in its correct place. All of that, even up to the Maccabees.
Go on. Read from verse. Start 6. Just get to the point.
Second Maccabees, chapter
Yeah,
3,
Second
verse
Esdras.
Second Esdras, sorry. Second Esdras, chapter 3, verse 6. And thou leddest him into paradise.
When you start 4, it's speaking about Adam. Go on.
And thou leddest him into paradise with thy right hand. With thy right hand had planted before ever the earth came forward.
Go on.
And unto him thou gavest
So he
commandment
gave Adam commandments. Go on.
to love thy way, which he transgressed.
Go on.
And immediately thou appointest this death in him and in his
So
generation.
when it says the point you're talking about, when Adam sinned, there's a specific lineage. When you read the Bible, you read about the sons of God. That's a righteous lineage. When Adam sinned, that's when death came into that lineage. The other nations didn't
Oh,
have.
you okay, so you don't equate it to all.
No, because
Death
the
to
other
come
nation.
to all.
No, everyone dies, but
Right.
before, what brings death? Bible says the wages of sin is
Wages
death.
of-
Right.
So when the brother read Genesis 2:25, it says
Right.
they were both naked and not ashamed.
Yeah,
So
there was
they-
no death.
in his
In
lineage.
His generation.
But, so read 7 again.
But since, sorry,
Yeah, go on.
my understanding, since we all came from the seed of Adam,
Yeah, but there's a separation. So
when death was passed on to him, so my
go
understanding
on.
is death came to all the generations of Adam.
no, yeah, it's talking about us, a specific lineage. Because Genesis, give me Genesis
Then-
5. Listen
then-
to this. Hold on. Genesis 5 and 5.
So this is the book of
5
Genesis.
and 1. Slack you.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter
And then
5.
get 2 Esdras 6.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 5 and verse 1, and it reads, I'll put this one up the page. And it reads, this is the book of the generations of Adam.
Go on.
In the day that God created man, in the likeness of God made he him.
Go on.
Verse 2, male and female created
Because
he.
when he created
Them.
it, so when he was doing creation, he didn't just create one male fish,
No.
one female fish, one male tree, one female tree, one male bird. He created multiple. So when it comes to man, he created multiple beings,
Okay.
not like how the church
Right.
teaches. Oh no, let me finish.
Yeah,
Go on.
that's what I
Read.
understand.
Go on.
One.
Male and
No,
female.
but it wasn't one.
That's my understanding.
Yeah,
No,
but-
but it's not.
No, that's it.
One
That's-
pair.
that's
No,
incorrect.
that don't make
Bible
sense. How are you
doesn't
going to tell two people to be fruitful and multiply? You know how
God
long
can,
that's going to take?
But God can.
Yeah, but he didn't. That's
He
the
didn't.
point.
So where did Cain get his
My
wife from?
understanding. That's one of those
Exactly.
questions.
So
It's a question
I've
that
got
the
no answer
Bible
to that.
answers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
but the Bible answers them questions.
So when you read the word man in the Hebrew, it can be plural or singular.
Right.
Religion teaches it as singular. It makes no sense. It's plural. So read that verse again.
Verse 1 to 2.
Yeah.
Verse 1. This is the book of the generations of Adam in the day that God created man in the likeness of God made he him.
Go on.
Verse 2. Male and female created he them
Created
Watch
these
this.
them.
Watch this. Hold on.
and blessed
Go
them,
on.
and he called their name Adam.
So the first group of people that was created, they were all called Adam, male and female.
My understanding as
Yeah, go on.
I'm saying according to what I've been taught,
Yeah, I was taught that as well.
right?
Yeah,
It's
One man, one woman.
yeah,
That
and
don't make no sense.
their name is Adam.
No,
Both.
but it says male and female created them
We don't
because
have it.
this is why when you read the Bible, there will be 4 people. Let's go by the singular.
Yeah,
4 people, man, wife, 2 children.
yeah,
One son killed the other.
yeah.
God sends him away and he finds a wife. From where?
Yes.
And not only he finds a wife.
Yeah, that's
he,
a conundrum.
No, but watch
Exactly.
this. But watch this. Not only he finds a wife, they build a city. How the
Yeah.
heck was one man, one woman building this? Remember,
Okay.
like London is a
getting
city.
overloaded.
No, I say London
No,
is a
no,
city.
I'm not getting. I'm not quite overloaded yet.
Yes.
All right, because
You're going to be sooner. Let me just show you something.
I hope not.
No, let me show you. Look, look, look,
I
look.
want to go back. Go away
Okay,
with my
let me show
head.
you. Chapter 5,
Yeah.
verse 1 and 2. You see the word Adam there, yeah? Look, Adam, you see a number 1 there? Adam, you see a number 1 there? When you go into the notes, what does it say?
Mankind.
So it
Mankind.
means mankind.
So now, going back to what you're saying, of Adam we all die, we all come from the one that we're speaking about now
Yes.
due to Noah.
Yes.
But prior, that weren't the case. So that sons of God lineage, they didn't have that. That's why it says, when he transgressed, then death came into him and his descendants. Yeah, so one last scripture, then I'll make it. 2 Ezra 6:54.
Because 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 54.
Yeah, speak that one bit up.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
Do you agree with that?
From Adam.
Yeah,
Cole.
we'll yeah. But listen to what he
But
says
watch
now.
this.
And the people.
No, hang on, go back
No,
again.
let
He
me
has to
finish.
hear this. Now, just go back to the part where it said from Adam, really come because I wanted to hear this.
After these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
Go on.
And the people also, whom thou hast
Now
chosen.
there's a separation. We all come from Adam, but Ezra said
And the people.
So even though we all come from Adam, there's still a separation between God's chosen and the other nations.
that come from Adam.
You know what I'm saying? There's still a separation. So when it speaks about the point, the question you asked again, all die because of Adam. Yes, all of that righteous seed line. That's why when you read in the New Testament and it speaks about the new covenant, we won't be in that state again. It's not every nation is going to be under the new covenant. The new covenant's only for one group of people.
And we can read that verbatim. And it's repeated in the old and the new. To make sure people don't say, well, that's the Old Testament. Yep, very much right.
Go on.
Just this question. Now, based on what you've said and based upon what I have been taught, all right?
Can I just quickly say something? Because he just didn't finish that.
Yeah.
No, that's all I wanted
is that
out
what
of
you
that.
wanted?
That's all I wanted.
Oh,
Yeah, go
my
on.
bad.
Yeah, go on.
Based on what I've been taught, okay? Because all sinned in Adam, and therefore they had to come a redeemer for mankind. Yes? Because death came in through that transgression, right?
That
No.
lineage, remember,
Yeah.
it's a
Right.
seed
No,
line we're
I'm
talking
just,
about. Yeah, go
I
on.
just want you to
Oh,
clarify.
what we was
that.
talking
Yeah, we're
go on.
walking with you.
Now, based upon that, and based upon what the scripture says in the New Testament, that only those who are born again in Christ, who has been given, repented and accepted the God as their Savior, will have a resurrection of a better tomorrow. Right. Now, since then, okay, not all sinned, according to your
I'm going to
original
Deuteronomy
purpose.
14.
Then
Drop that.
They're talking
Deuteronomy
about two
14.
sets of people.
Yeah.
And
So,
then the
so
scripture would contradict
No.
itself major.
religion makes it contradict, because when you say all, you're trying to include everyone into
Everybody.
something where they were never included.
Exactly.
So you said sin is what? The breaking of the commandments, right?
Right.
So who was the laws given to?
But based
No, hang on,
on
hang on. You
saying
have to
no.
answer this because this is going to bring it home.
So
We
who
can't-
were the laws given to?
they were given to the Israelites.
Now, what you can, other nations can do what is deemed sin, but they're not held accountable for the laws. So read Deuteronomy. Let me show you one just to prove that. Deuteronomy 14:21, and someone get Amos 3.
Deuteronomy chapter 14 verse 21. Ye shall not eat of anything which dieth of
So
itself.
that's one of our laws. We can't eat. So you could see a cow walking and keel over. We can't eat it. But let's see what we can do.
Thou shalt give it unto the stranger that is in thy gates,
Go on.
Oh,
that
what's
he
this?
may eat it.
Go on.
Or thou mayest sell it unto an alien.
Yes.
Why?
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
So that shows the separation. So
Yes.
when he gave us these laws, you don't read in the Bible where God's saying to the other nations, you can't serve another God. He was told us, don't serve the gods of the other nations.
Right, but my understanding, as I've been taught, remember I'm a product of slavery and my mindset. All right, this is what I've been taught, that nation is the Israelites.
It is.
That's
Which-
correct.
Right, which I'm trying to understand then, because tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm trying to get the point that you're saying is that
The
they
point is,
were
we
not
are the Israelites. No, we are.
They
That's
were
why.
not the Jews in Israel. And,
No, they're
and all
not.
Our understanding
They're
and who the Israelites
But that's-
really are,
but that's
are
why-
not the Israelites.
That's why I went through Deuteronomy 28 to show you who those curses actually fit. It don't fit them. When you look at their history, they went into quote unquote captivity via train.
And
The
not
Bible said you're going to go via ships.
Yeah, and not only that, they converted to Judaism. That's the thing they're Khazarians. They converted.
Is that Russians?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, kind of.
But
But hang
how
on,
do
let
you
me
say
finish.
they're converted?
They're converts because have you ever done the history under King Bulan? In about the 6th century, King Bulan had the whole, because what happened
You're
in
talking to these modern ones.
Yes.
yeah. Because what happened is, right, there was a insurrection with the Jews and the Christians. Now they didn't want to get involved there to pick a side, so King Bulan converted his whole.
That was the Muslims and the Christians.
The Muslims, that's it, sorry, my bad. The Muslims and the Christians. Yeah, there was, so he converted his whole nation to Judaism, so he didn't have to pick a side.
The
So
reason
was
why he
no
did
longer
that
in that.
is because he realized that both of those religions have aspects of quote unquote Judaism. So he said, well, if both of you two have aspects of this, well, I might as well go to this then.
right.
That's how they converted.
Right, so
Okay.
I'm going to give you a citation to validate what they're saying. If you download the Jewish Encyclopedia, I think it's 1990. I forgot the edition, but the year is 1990. I managed to download it using ChatGPT because when I was trying to use the regular thing, wouldn't let me download it. So if you download it, you'll see the whole Khazarian history written in it. Right? And what they're saying is written by them. So that's a primary source.
And look
They're
up
writing about themselves.
King Bulan. It'll give you the history what he did, and it'll tell you it was about the 6th century.
And there's
that
another
he did that.
and there's another citation that confirms it. It's called the Khazarian Correspondence, where the elders of the Khazarian Empire was writing to the Sephardic Jews and giving their lineage.
I'll show you this.
Sorry, can I
Go
just
on.
quickly add quickly? And another thing, see that book here by Arthur Kuslow, The 13th Tribe?
Yes.
That would teaches you, even they know they're not the real Jews.
That's a primary
And that's,
source because he is an Ashkenazi.
he is an Ashkenazi and he wrote that book, and they ridiculed him for writing that book and showing who these people actually are.
So, okay.
What you have to bear in mind is that
Three sources.
those what they gave us as religion, because the brother showed you that down there how we was in slavery when we got
Yes, well,
yeah. So now were they treating us right in slavery?
No.
So do you expect someone that's not treating you right to teach you right?
No.
You're
So
right,
then,
'cause
do you think they would have given us religion
that's
to
what they
bet
gave
to
us.
better ourselves?
No.
So why were they teaching me that I was a Gentile, meaning a non-Israelite, when the prophecy shows that I am? Because they know that as long as you're breaking God's commandments, they'll always be above you and you'll be at the bottom.
Understand.
And that's why, let me just add to what the brother said, and this is why the Roman Catholic Christian Church was created, to make sure the real Israelites never find out who they are and continue in sin, because they change they say now you don't have to keep the dietary law. They say the laws are done away with under Christ. They say that things like, like we're under grace now, but grace doesn't give you the
Allows
right
us
to
to sin.
break the laws.
Read King Leopold II's letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, read that. Just type in King
you know what,
Leopold
I'm just,
II.
I found this absolute. It's a challenge to what I've been taught.
But don't-
I understand.
John
Don't worry,
Ferguson.
don't worry, because I know like the theologian school and seminary school is where your teaching comes from.
Yes.
I
So
know.
watch this. Christ told us something. John 3:3. Blue.
I mean, that's how they teach their pastors. Because do you think they would ordain any one of us to be pastors?
No.
Do you know why? Because we read the Bible verbatim.
Now
That's
listen
why.
what Christ says. Go on.
John chapter 3,
Underline.
verse 3. Jesus answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of
And
God.
one of the problems with our people, we have an issue with acknowledging or accepting that everything that we were taught was wrong.
Yes.
Obviously, you want to hold fast to your faith and all of that,
Yes.
but it says the truth shall make you free. I had to acknowledge that I used to think I knew the Bible quite well, and I did, according to religion.
Yes.
And when brother started to teach me, I think, how the hell did I read over this? And I didn't know jack shit about the Bible.
Yes.
So you have to dash with everything, like, you're a cup that's full. You have to empty out so you can fill it back up with proper juice. And that's what I had to do, I had to acknowledge. And then you realize that everything starts to make sense now. The Bible don't contradict itself. When you start to open the Bible to everybody, and what they do, they jump on words like all, whosoever, and open it to everybody. But all of us here, I say, yeah, everyone who finds the £10 that are buried in the park can have it. I said everyone, but I'm talking to you lot, yes sir. Someone else come and hear the conversation. I weren't talking to them. But they're going to say, but you said everyone. Yeah, I'm talking to you guys here. And the book is a closed book. Yeah.
So the truth is not restricted to you because of your color. It's only if you hear the truth.
No,
Is it restricted?
it's for a specific group of people. Christ came and
So
died
what
for...
about all the other people who come? Because I can come here now, right, and say, okay, oh, I see the light, I see the truth, all right, and I'm a white man. What about me?
It's not necessarily about colour, it's a seed line. Because over time, there's a lesson on the channel called Speckled Bird in the Flesh where this slave, Francis Barber, slept with a white woman, had a son, slept with a white... Generations down the line, his descendants are white. So it's not necessarily a colour thing. It's a seed line thing. But the fact is, it's just for one group of people. Christ said that, the brother read it to you, I'm not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Was he lying when he said that?
Yes or no?
No, it wouldn't be lying.
So then how do you fit everybody else into that?
And you have to remember, when Christ said that, where was he? Was he reading from the New Testament when he said that? No. Why?
It wasn't written.
Exactly. So he was reading from the law and the prophets. All Christ had was from Genesis to the Maccabees. Like Genesis to Deuteronomy is the law, which is the Torah. From Joshua to Maccabees is the prophets. That's why he said the law and the prophets. That did so. Everything he's teaching, nothing was from the new. It didn't exist. So all the quotes you hear in the new, they're coming from the old. But people ain't studied to go to where he's quoting from. Do you think Christ was just to lean up and just said, you know what, John 3:16, for God to love the world that he gave his only begotten son? Where's he quoting from? He's quoting from Isaiah and Joel. That's where he's quoting from.
Okay, gentlemen, you have. This is the second time I've stopped. you've challenged me.
So
I ain't telling you. Most I told you.
Okay, you said that you grew up in the Christian
I did.
faith,
We
so
all-
you
we
know
all
how
did.
difficult this journey
We all
is.
did.
All right.
So you've got something new to teach your congregation Sunday.
But you see the
No, I
difference is.
have to know it. I have to
No,
know
you
it
have to learn,
myself
you have
first.
to learn it for
Before you
himself.
can teach
Yeah.
it.
Before you
Your
can teach it.
congregation.
I have just finished reading a book, right, on the cults. 40 cults that I didn't even know it, and I saw how the psychology and the mindset of these things work. All right.
Green.
So,
Holding a
Purple.
precept for quite a while.
Oh, sorry, Slacker, go on.
okay.
The precepts in regards to grace, because about 15 minutes ago the conversation was about grace.
Yeah.
Right. So this is the book of Romans. This is the book of Romans, chapter 6, and verse 1. And it says, what shall we say then? Question mark. Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound?
So should we continue breaking the laws of God because we are under grace?
Purple.
Wait a minute, let me just
Verse
finish that.
2, God forbid.
Meaning hell no.
How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein? There lies the answer.
So was Paul then?
We're listening.
Before you say that, can I give you a tip when you're reading the Bible?
Yes.
Anytime you read scriptures or come across scriptures that speaks about not keeping the law or not under the law,
Yeah.
think animal atonement, think sacrifice.
Yes.
You're
That
going to
was the
find
law.
other scriptures that's going to tell you to keep the commandments.
I want to hear what you was going to say about
Go on.
Paul, because I know, say, one thing about Christian and Christian pastors, when it gets a bit sticky, they run to Paul.
No, I'm not running
No,
to
no,
Paul.
no,
I'm
no.
just using that Paul.
Sorry.
Right, I'm gathering
No, he's got a
that
precept there for me.
Paul.
No, you hold that.
Sorry.
2 Peter 3:15. I'm going to show you something about Paul in a minute when you
All
finish.
right.
Go on.
I'm gathering that Paul had a revelation and a major teacher in the New Testament, right? And if Paul wasn't an African from one of the chosen, we're
But wasn't he mistaken for an Egyptian?
oh, Paul?
Yeah.
Yes, you see that?
He was mistaken for an Egyptian.
Remember, is it Festival? They said, art thou that Egyptian?
Yeah, it was
And that's, he was
a Roman soldier.
Say, art thou
Yeah,
that Egyptian?
that caused an uproar.
Yup.
But like you're saying, the point I want to jump on, you're saying obviously we grew up in the church. Now Christ said, except a man be born again, you can't enter in. So what you'd have to learn to do is disregard everything that was taught. That's why I said to you, what we follow as religion was taught to us in slavery. They weren't treating us right, so you can't expect them to teach you right. And this is what you're going to have to do. Give me Ephesians 4:22.
And after that, I want to show you something about Paul, where you have to be careful with Paul's writings, especially as a Christian.
Ephesians
Book of Ephesians
4:22.
chapter 4 verse 22, that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man which is corrupt
Go on.
according to the deceitful lust,
Go on.
and be renewed in the spirit of your
And
mind.
this is what we have to do. We have to renew our mind.
Yes.
Be born again. The truth shall make you free. How do you do that? Disregarding what we're taught and being... Actually, someone quickly get me Hebrews 5:12. Quickly. Actually, I'll get it. Hebrews... No, stay there.
Yeah, grab Hebrews 5 and 12.
No, I'll do it. Hebrews... Hebrews... Give me a second. This is Hebrews 5:12. It says, for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High, and are become such as have need of milk and not strong meat.
What's the milk you need? Grab 1 Peter 2 and 2. Watch this. Hang on. Because see how the Bible actually works with each other. One verse explains another. Remember you just said you have need of milk. Watch this.
1 Peter 2 and 2, as newborn babes,
As newborn babes being born again,
desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby.
the milk of the word is the laws, the beginning from Genesis to Deuteronomy. The first 5 books of Moses, that's the milk, because in that part when you're being taught the laws, there's no parables, because the laws are plain. That's why the Most High said to Moses, write them plain upon tables. Because if it was a mystery, people would be like, well, what does that really mean? The laws say what it says.
What does it
Thou
mean
shalt not.
What does it
Thou
mean to not
shalt.
murder? What does it mean to not steal?
Don't steal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how plain.
Yeah.
And
So,
that's the milk of the word.
and that's what we need. We need to be retaught.
Can I bring a quick precept for you?
Yeah.
This is the book of Acts, chapter.
Yeah.
Go
You
on.
want to finish the point?
Go on. I'll finish
All
it
right.
after.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 21, verses 37 and 38. Verse 37. And as Paul was being led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, May I speak unto thee? Who's question mark? Who said, Canst thou speak Greek? Question mark. Verse 38. Art not thou that Egyptian which before these days madest an uproar and leddest out into the wilderness 4,000 men that were murderers? Question mark. Verse 39. But Paul said, I am a man which am a Jew
See?
of Tarsus, a city in Cilicia, a citizen of no mean city, and I beseech thee, suffer me to speak unto the people.
Importantly, you're mistaken for an Egyptian.
Yes.
But what I was saying, what we have to do is renew your mind. You have to be taught again. So yes, you grew up in religion, Christianity, you all did. But we have to be able to disregard what we were taught and to be retaught again.
So you're so
Empty the cup.
basically you're saying, yeah, that's
Go
a
on.
good saying. Basically you're saying the truth is in the same Bible.
Yeah.
The truth is there
Yeah.
for you to discover.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say discover.
No.
You need somebody to teach.
Yeah. Because we were all taught.
Because here's the thing, right? There's some things you can read and get it, but there's a lot of things you won't. And do you know why you won't get it? Because of are you still holding time? Actually, grab the Psalms 111 verse 10. Still hold that, 'cause I want that. Watch this. This is why you need to be taught. Why a lot of people just won't get it, because the Lord's only working with certain people for this reason. Listen to this.
For Psalms 111 and verse 10,
Watch this.
and it reads, The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Watch this.
A good
A good
understanding
understanding of this Bible
have all they
have all they
that do his commandments.
all they that keep the laws of God. That's who is going to impute the understanding. Because if
you
you're
obey.
not,
Yeah, that's right.
exactly, that's why there's a lot of pastors and all that would read the Bible and come up with their own interpretations, but they're not keeping the laws. So the Most High ain't working with them. That's why even Christ said unto his disciples, it's unto you to know the kingdom of God, but unto them it's not given. They have to teach the others because they know, but the others don't.
Yeah,
So you've put what you're saying is the commandments, to keep the commandments. Then you will understand what the Bible says.
Well, we'll give you
That's-
more
that's-
understanding.
that's-
It's
The
obedience.
scripture that you've just quoted basically says if you come into relationship.
No, you added
No,
that
no, no.
word.
Read that again.
You
Watch
added
this.
that
It
word.
doesn't
That's
say.
an
It didn't
addition.
say.
It didn't say that.
Read it again.
No,
Read it.
no,
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 watch
it
this.
says
Watch this.
that.
No, but watch
You have
this.
to be precise with what the word says.
We're gonna
Do
read
not
it.
add,
We're gonna
do
read
not
it
take
again.
away.
Psalms 111 verse
No,
10.
the one in Matthew.
Read it.
Read
it.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding of all they that do his commandments.
Now, did I say anything wrong when that was read?
No.
The thing is this, right? The Lord will give you a certain amount of understanding to
Yes.
come into the truth.
Yes.
But for that to be expanded upon, you have to be like when you read Jeremiah 7:23, it says, "One thing I commanded them, this same, obey my voice, and I will be your power." So that's what really, for you to gain more understanding. You got children?
Yes.
So if you say to your child, you know what, clean your room, and I'll treat you. So they clean their room. No, they're not cleaning their room. Are you going to treat them?
No.
So when they start to clean their room now, you're going to start to treat them, and you might even give them more treats the more you see them starting to make an effort to keep their room clean. You know what I'm saying? It's the same with the Most High. The more we make the effort to do what he says, the more understanding he gives us, man.
No, oh,
Book of Leviticus chapter 19 verse 27.
Go on.
Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shall thy mar the corners of thy
Like,
beard.
it may sound simple, but these are just simple little things that the Lord gives us to do. Like, we'll read that to people and they say, oh, so you mean if I'm clean shaven, the Lord, you know, I won't make it to the kingdom? The Lord's looking for obedience. You know what I'm saying? He's looking for obedience. So that's what we're trying to teach our people, to be obedient and to show that you actually have faith in what he says. Because the Bible says the wages of, actually Proverbs 7:2 says, keep my commandments and live. Now, ain't we seeking life? So it may seem simple to you, oh, it's just a beard or whatever, but it's showing obedience.
Alright.
That's what it all boils down to, obedience, and that's why we're in this situation in the first place, for lack of it.
And Christians always say they're trying to be Christ-like.
Yeah.
And Christ had a beard.
Well, put it this way, Christ kept the commandments.
well, Christ kept the commandments. If we
Yeah,
wanna,
because we can't, because sisters are trying to be Christ-like. So the whole thing is obedience. Christ was obedience to the word of the
Yes,
Father,
yes.
and that's what we have to try and do.
And here's the problem, right? If you can't keep a simple law,
No, are you
where
gonna keep the
don't
great
even
ones?
have to really do nothing as such. Because, like, let's say, like, the brother brought out beard.
Yeah.
What do you have to do? Just leave it. It grows, you just trim it, keep it neat.
Yeah.
You don't really have to do nothing. But if you can't keep that, how's the Lord going to entrust you?
Are you
with
going to love your
greater
neighbor
things?
as yourself?
Yeah.
So the doctrine then, what the Christian church teaches about the resurrection and
Life
life
what,
after death, and that's the hope that we all hope for. That's why we're obeying. That's why we're being Christian.
We do
You're
hope
not
for that.
You're not that.
Let me-
There's
we do-
nothing beyond it.
listen.
Okay, let me.
No,
No, you
listening
said
to you.
a land.
It's not everything they teach is wrong, but the thing is, a lot of it is wrong. So, us having faith in Christ, you know, yeah, we believe in that.
Oh, okay.
We
Because
believe in that.
all right,
Us-
I
us-
heard
no,
you say
us
that
being
your,
risen from-
your hope was to take you home.
Yeah, that is part of it though.
Who's the person that's taking
But
us
who's
home?
going to take us? Christ.
Right, but I thought you, when I said was home a physical place.
Of course it is.
Have you-
No, as in Africa.
Yes.
Or did
Why-
I misunderstand?
I don't know, but
So-
Why,
it
why are
is.
you continually saying Africa?
No, well, that's his understanding of what.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
Do you know the
maybe
Lord's
I'm
Prayer?
equating.
Do you know the Lord's
That's
Prayer?
good, because I was
Do you know
thinking
the
that.
Lord's Prayer?
Repeat it, like, you know, Matthew 6.
Yeah.
Our Father in heaven,
Hallowed be your name.
Yeah, hallowed be the name. Go on, keep going.
thy kingdom come.
Thy will
God.
be done.
What's
Where?
this?
Where's it done?
Where?
Us?
Where?
As in heaven.
No, but what did it say? On earth.
As if it's done in
Because
heaven.
that's where the
But-
kingdom's
That's,
going
it's
to
going to be
be.
on earth.
When you read Revelation 21, I believe, where it speaks about. Someone could have grabbed Revelation 21. I think verses
You know, I
1.
consider myself very fortunate this morning to have all
I
you
need
guys.
to.
No,
I
listen,
want to
we're
show
the
you.
fortunate one. As long as you listen and apply, that's just one more person to flip in.
Remember, I've got something
help
to
us
read
get
to
out
you.
there, you know what I'm saying?
I've got
Because
something to read to you about Paul.
there's an
Because
elect
I
that has
need
to
to
be
hear
woken
this
up.
after.
Is it Revelation 21?
Yeah,
Listen to this.
the ward right behind it.
Go on.
Book of Revelation chapter
No, because I know you was getting out.
No, verse 1.
Okay, 21 verse 1.
Yeah.
And I saw a new heaven and a new earth.
That means this place is being refreshed.
Yes.
Go on.
And that heaven is talking about his rulership, not the actual heaven where the Most High dwells.
Go on up.
For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away,
Go on.
and there were no more sea.
Go on.
And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem,
That's the people. Go on.
coming down from God out of the heaven.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. Because when you read the prophecies, this place is going to be destroyed. The elect is going to be beamed up. Before that happens, we're going to watch the destruction. Then we're going to come back down and rule the earth.
Prepared as a bride adorned for her
Yeah,
husband.
that's what I want. So, like the Bible says, the earth abideth forever. What's the point of the Lord creating this place to totally wipe it out?
And make us.
When you read the Bible, it says like creation was beautiful. This place was beautiful.
Yes.
It's going to be put back into that state,
That's the thing.
and we're going to be ruling down here.
Yes.
Now, yeah, hang on, before I go, but I want to read you something about Paul, because a lot of Christians love Paul, But watch what Peter, remember Peter was the rock of the church. Remember Peter walked with Christ, Paul didn't. Remember Paul only got the revelation on the road to Damascus. But Peter was taught of Christ verbatim. But listen to what Peter says about Paul.
So there's the book of 2 Peter chapter
Some
3.
things hard to say, understand.
This is the book of... No, because if you're quoting it, that means you know it. If you know it, that means you should be applying it.
That's the thing now. Yeah, but I want it read because I want
I
to
know.
go
So
through
this is the
it.
book of 2 Peter chapter 3, verses 15.
What's it?
15 and 16, I guess,
Yeah.
or 15. On account that the long suffering
Yeah.
of our Lord is salvation,
Right?
even as our beloved brother Paul also, according to the wisdom given unto him, have written unto
So
you.
Peter's showing that Paul has much wisdom and understanding and knowledge.
Verse 16. As also in all his epistles,
Now, that's the point people miss.
letters,
In all his letters, when you write a letter, do you write it to the whole world or is it to a specific people you're sending the letter to? Right, and that's what people miss with Paul's letters, like Galatians, Colossians, Ephesians, 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy. He's writing to the book of Romans. Romans 1 tells you who he's addressing. But watch this anyway.
as also in all his letters,
Yeah.
speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are
So
unlearned
those people that are unlearned
and
and
unstable,
unstable because they're like a ship on water, they don't know which way to go. It seems like he's saying this, but then it seems like he's saying that. So now they say the Bible contradicts itself.
This is why I said to
Russ.
you, hold on, this is why I said to you, when you read in the Bible and you come up against scriptures that speaks about not keeping the law, think sacrifice and atonement. This is why people wrestle with Paul, one of the
Wrestle,
reasons.
yeah.
When he's writing, he'll be speaking about sacrifice and just use the word law. And then he'll be speaking about the commandments and just use the word law. But there's certain key things. When he speaks about sacrifice, he will add things like grace, faith, key things to let you know he's talking about atonement.
And one main thing, Paul is not dealing with your average Christian. He's dealing with Pharisees who know the law. So when Paul is writing these letters to them, they know what he's
Well,
talking
heads of
about.
churches, I wouldn't say they were Pharisees.
Well, yeah, heads of churches. So they know what he's talking about. They know the law. Now he's introducing Christ to them, and he's introducing like grace, which they didn't know
grace
of.
and faith.
Because they were under the Moses, like, boy, if we sinned, we had to sacrifice an animal, or you were taken outside the camp and stoned. But under Christ now, you can still live and repent.
And the
This
funny
is what
thing
he's
about it,
teaching.
Christ made it possible for us to actually keep the commandments.
Exactly.
And the reason why I say that, because, like the brother said, certain commandments, when you brought them, that's it, you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if we break
Judgment
them,
was
we can
now.
repent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, finish
Like,
that off.
it's crazy when people teach that we don't have to keep it. What is sin?
Yes, that is.
Breaking
Just
of
So
the
then why
commandments.
shouldn't we have to keep the laws? You know what I'm saying? That don't mean we may not falter, but Christ made it possible that we can get back up. And the
he's
church
made
is
it
teaching you that
possible.
you
If
don't
you
have to keep the law.
falter, yeah, there's a way. Christ is the way.
That's right.
made a way.
He's made a way. Finish that.
Which is
Watch
why
this.
he's called a mediator.
Yeah, watch this. Listen
So
to
this is 2 Peter 3 verse 16. As also in all his epistles,
These
letters,
letters that he wrote to heads of churches.
speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable wrestle or rest,
So they wrestle with these scriptures. But watch this.
as they do also the other scriptures.
With all his letters.
And the other scriptures.
And the
well,
other scriptures.
well, not is like the Bible itself.
The first bit
Yeah.
is dealing with
His
him and his letters.
yeah, and then
in addition, all the other
All the other
scriptures
scriptures.
unto their own destruction.
And they do it to their own destruction.
so now they think Paul's telling you, oh, we don't have to keep the commandments So you start read the Old Testament and start to struggle with it, where God says, "Keep my commandments and live."
When you read Romans 6 and 1, you can't use that argument because he's saying, okay, yeah, we're under grace. So because we're under grace, shall we now sin? And then what did he say?
Romans
Yahweh forbid.
3:31.
Hell
That's what I
no.
want to read. Romans 3:31. Just listen to this. And this is the same author.
Of course.
In the same
That
book.
just said that people say, oh, we don't have to keep the laws. But
So
listen
this
what
is the
Paul
book
says
of
here.
Romans chapter 3 and verse 31. Do we then make void the law through
No,
faith?
that's the commandments. Do we make void the commandments, the do's and the don'ts,
Yes.
through faith?
Because we have faith
Go
now.
on.
God forbid.
Now let me show you something else. Get me
We established.
get me Romans 4,
Yep.
4 and no, Romans 6 and 14. So that what you just read there was talking about the do's and the don'ts. Now what he's going to read here is speaking about the sacrificial side. Go on.
It's 2:13.
Go on.
Okay. So this is the book of Romans chapter 6 and verse 14. For sin
Breaking the commandments.
shall not have dominion over you, for ye are not under the
You're
law,
not under animal atonement anymore.
but under grace.
Because that's what this atonement brings, grace. But in the one thing he just said law.
Can I read 15?
So this, hold on. So this is what I said. When he's speaking about, when you hear like not under the law, he's going to have words like grace, faith, to let you know it's atonement.
Yes.
So that's why I said, anytime you're reading and you speak about not keeping the law or not under the law, just think atonement, and it's going to make it so much easier.
Makes
Go on.
sense.
Verse 15. What then? Shall we sin
So we break the commandments
because we are not under the
because
law,
we're not under atonement
but
anymore.
under grace?
Watch this.
God forbid.
Now does that make sense?
Watch this. 2:13, just to bring
So
it
this is the
out.
book
Yeah.
of Romans
Yeah, watch this
chapter 2 and verse 13.
Same author again.
And it reads, for not the hearers of the law are just before God,
So not the hearers are just.
but the doers of the law shall be justified.
So are we under the law or we're not under the law?
You see the point? And this is the same author
In the same book.
in
We
the
just
same
read
book of Romans.
So
So
this is
he's
what-
showing you, all right, yeah. He's showing you have to keep the law.
You just keep-
It's not optional.
You just
but
don't
you
keep
just
the
don't do the
atonement.
animal sacrifice side. And one, there's no temple. And now, you know, 'cause
And now everything flows. It's not,
Yeah.
oh, we're not under the law, brother. Yeah, go and damn that piece of pork. All right, someone even said the other day, oh, her friend said she don't eat pork, but she eats gammon and...
gammon is pork.
Duh.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's madness.
Can I bring one scripture?
Go on, go on.
Red letters, and we've established what red letters mean.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we have.
Okay, right. So this is Revelation chapter 22, verses 13 and 14. I'll just leave it there. Verse 13.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. Verse 14. Blessed
Now,
are
hear this.
they that do his
And
commandments,
this is Revelation, the last book of the Bible.
that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. Verse 15.
Now watch this.
For without
You're
Outside the-
outside
are dogs
Go on.
of a nation.
and
Hold on.
sorcerers
Is sorcery against the law? Go on.
and whoremongers
Whoremonger against the law? Go on.
and murderers
Murder against the law? Go on.
and idolaters,
Idolatry against the law?
And watch this.
and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie
Round it all up.
So why is it everyone that's not keeping the commandments is outside?
Outside.
Get me 14 and 12.
of Revelation.
Yeah, and then bring your
Yeah, you can
precept.
bring a piece of it. We'll just finish this one because this one ties in with. Yeah.
So this is the book of Revelation chapter 14 and verse
Don't let
12.
no one tell you don't keep the commandments, my brother.
And it reads,
And don't be teaching that also.
Yeah.
because you will be held accountable for that.
Judgment.
Yeah. Christ even tells you that in flipping the
He's
Bible.
lost it. Yes. He must have said to his
I mean,
congregation.
there was a
at some
chorus
point.
around there. Oh, yeah.
Because he knows he must have said it to his congregation at one
No, but it's a
point.
lack of
No,
understanding,
no,
you know
no,
what
we
I'm
know.
saying?
Well, we can laugh about it. We're having fun. No one's fighting with each other. We're having a nice discourse. We're having a nice discourse. And this is how it should be.
Yeah.
We should have some reason in the scriptures.
You are,
Listen, this is more scriptures than you ever heard in church.
This is intense.
Exactly.
But you're going to learn more in this short
Here.
time than you would. Read that. And then
Here is the pace. Let me read it out again. Revelation 14 and 12. Here is the patience of the saints.
Now, do you think the saints are going to be in the kingdom?
Yeah, the shepherds.
Let's see
Right,
what
there we
they're
go,
doing
but
then.
let's see what they're doing.
Here are they that keep the commandments of
Oh
God.
no, the law's done away with.
Here are they that keep the commandments of God
And
And
the faith of Jesus.
you need the two, my brother,
Have
because
to
that's
be
how you
both.
show your faith.
James said you have to have works and faith.
That's
Faith
how you
alone is dead.
dead.
You have
And,
to have two.
and the works alone is dead.
And
Because
works alone
you got
is
the
dead.
young man in Matthew 19, he kept the commandments, but he had no faith. Because his faith
No,
was in
well,
his wealth.
Salakia, actually, if you're keeping works to the fullest, you're also demonstrating
Well,
faith. Because
yeah.
faith is a work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you
yeah.
are demonstrating faith
It is a
in
work.
a sense. Yeah.
It is.
Well, you know what? Thank you all.
Oh, let the brother
Listen,
read his precept and then.
it's been a pleasure talking
Yeah,
to you.
yeah.
You know, you're sending me with my full up.
Book of Matthew chapter 19 verse 16. And behold, one came
Uh-huh.
and said
Oh, look.
unto him,
That's the
there.
same verse.
Yeah.
Good master, what good thing shall I do?
This is Christ now.
So let's see if Christ said that, you know
Oh,
what,
just have
believe
believe.
on, or
Yeah.
believe on me. All you got to do is call on my name and you'll be saved. Let's see what Christ
Good
said.
master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal
And
life?
it's a good thing. Because people think keeping the laws is a bad thing. Like, it's like flipping, what is it? A cross to a vampire. God's commandments, man. Go on.
17. And he said unto him, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God.
That's the
Gave all
Father.
reverence to the Father
That's
first.
right.
But now he's going to answer the question.
But if thou wilt enter into
You
life,
want everlasting life?
keep the commandments.
You can't make it any plainer than that, my brother, man.
No.
Can't make it any plainer than that.
Right, this is how Christ's
And
mouth.
you know, you can't use Paul's writings to disregard that.
No.
Yeah, because if you're saying Paul said no, well we don't have to now, then someone's understanding is wrong somewhere.
So that would be known as improper hermeneutic. It's supposed to merge and mesh, and it's supposed to support each other. If you have a book in the Bible that's not supporting another book,
It's not meant
what
to be
you
there.
have now is a confused
Yeah.
book that's messing you up. So all the books harmonize,
They do.
and where they don't harmonize is because of our lack of understanding.
Yeah. That's why I said,
But
remember,
once you have the true understanding, the whole book is harmonizing.
you're saying don't keep the laws. What's it talk about?
One is the ritual and the other is
Yes, the sacrificial.
I mean, even Paul said, I believe all things that are in the law
And
and
the
the
prophets.
prophets. He says it in Acts 21.
Yep.
So he's showing you that he believes everything that's written in the law and the prophets. So he's not teaching otherwise. People's understanding makes him seem like
Yeah,
he's
he's teaching
teaching
otherwise.
otherwise.
Yeah.
Which was
That's
the
the
reason
thing.
why you had the ecumen.
See then?
The word I'm getting tongue
He
tied.
said it.
He said it.
That one there.
What he said. This is why you had the doctrine of Nicene or the conference of Nicene, 325 AD, because you had the Arians. What the Arians were teaching was more or less in line with what we're teaching.
Well-
and then you had Constantine being there, supervising the conference, but imposing his view because he had a predisposition to allowing other gods and other customs and other ideologies into what he saw as a Catholic universal faith.
You know, you have challenged me. You've challenged me.
Well, don't take nothing we said.
No.
It's
No.
not only
because
that.
I've been-
It's not only that. It's not us.
No,
We just read the
I-
Bible.
you know what? It's almost like somebody said, take another look.
Yeah, of course.
Yes. Please do, yeah.
And you know what?
That's what the
And
Lord
I'm
is-
going to
yeah,
take
that's what
another
he's telling
look
you.
because
Listen.
I've stand here
Listen, my brother.
and I've heard. I've not walked past.
Listen,
No, you haven't.
Okay, so
You haven't.
if you ever
obviously knowledge is really.
get me Isaiah 60. I want
And
to
that's what
read.
the Lord's looking for as well.
Yeah.
People that are
Humble,
humble
that's
and
right.
could admit, you know what, maybe I didn't know the Bible as well as I thought I did.
They never taught it
You
to
know,
us to
No,
contend
not that
that
way.
I'm not
Not
saying
to
that's
get into the
okay, I'm just
kingdom.
saying that.
Remember,
This is what we were given.
we learned it during slavery. It wasn't there to bring you to the kingdom, my
No,
brother.
it was there to keep
Remember
you
when the
subject.
brother brought
Yes.
out Psalms 83 from 1 to
Yeah,
16?
craft the council.
That actually, that and Deuteronomy 28, when the brother broke it down, it explains what happened. Because there's a specific thing that happened to this specific group of people. It's in Judith 5 and 20 as well. this specific
And get
people.
yourself on the proper.
Yeah, it's in the
Right, I'm going on. I've got your website.
Okay, yes.
I'm going to.
Please
Oh, I
I'm
didn't
going
put
to.
out this thing. I just realised.
I'm going to go on your website and I'm going to.
subscribe.
And
I'm
check
going
it out.
to
Yeah,
go
just
my
work.
journey.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to take a
And
journey.
if you want to leave a comment or question, then we'll try
One,
and.
one thing you have to remember: the Bible. You don't look at it as a religious book. There's the Bible. I would say is kind of two things to look
Intimate.
at. Joshua 1 and 8. Something quickly with Joshua 1 and 8, and Numbers 33 and 3, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Those two. Just watch this. The Bible tells you exactly what kind of book it is.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 1, and verse 8.
You get Numbers.
No, I got it.
Oh yeah, I got it. I think it's 33 and 3 actually. Yeah, go on, read on.
This book of the law.
What kind of book is this Bible?
This book of the law.
There you
or,
go.
Or actually,
Didn't say
it should
religion.
read, this book of instruction, because the law means instruction. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, and thou mayest observe, that thou mayest observe to do according to all
It's
that
two,
is written
reference to.
therein, for then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good
You
success.
see, one of the problems, my brother, the Bible is not a universal book, and religion has made it universal.
Yeah, right.
So this is where a lot of confusion comes in. When you read all and whosoever, when you make it universal, you have to try and fit everybody in.
Yeah.
But when you keep it to a specific group of people, it's the records of a specific group of people.
That's why I want in Numbers.
Yes.
So
33.
when you read it with that mindset, the all is and whosoever is speaking about all of a specific group of people or whosoever of a specific group of people, there's no problem. Everything syncs. But when you open it to everybody, you have to switch this, and then it's confusion.
And then it's no longer
33 and 2.
harmonizing.
Now, so remember, Joshua just told you the Bible is a book of the law. And watch what it says here. in
Numbers 33 and 2.
verse 2.
And Moses wrote their goings out according to their journeys by the commandment of the Lord, and these are their journeys according to their goings out.
That's just the point I want, showing that also it's the written records of the Israelites. 'Cause Moses wrote Genesis to Deuteronomy. Joshua took over after. So it's the written records. So those two scriptures show you to what the Bible actually is.
It's the only record of a specific group of people that people take and try and put everybody in it.
Exactly.
Right, so what I was going to say to you is, when you combine the two scriptures that my aunt brought out, the Bible acts as like a diary. Because you know, people that have diaries, as soon as they come home, they jot whatever, or if there's something memorable or a date, so it's the record, the memories, the details, the instructions
The good and the bad.
of a specific group of good, bad, and ugly as well. 'Cause with a diary, you could be honest because you're writing for yourself. It's not for anybody else to read. So if something happened or somebody got you upset or whatever, you did something wrong, you could write it in there.
And that's what makes and that's what makes the Bible unique. Because you got some other books that, like, of other nations that only says when they're doing good and they conquered. The Bible shows us at our lowest, when we were
wickedness.
great, and at our wickedness and at our lowest. But it also gives you the solution how to get back there. That's what it does.
Thank you so much.
No problem, my brother.
This was well spent. If this has
No, thank you,
allowed
man.
me to reconsider and have a look, which I'm going to.
Yeah, man.
I'm going
That's what we
to
ask, man.
take a journey.
That's what we ask.
I'm going to ask
to be honest, I
questions
can
of
see
what
the
I'm
difference.
reading.
And you see what one of the issues is? Where we're so loving, we want to include everybody.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
everybody ain't included, my brother.
Which is why we are supposed to be the judges. Because when the righteous are in authority,
the people rejoice.
I mean, every single group of people will rejoice. Because there's not going to be any abomination. There's not going to be any unjust actions. There's not going to be any wars. So all the knife stabbings and that's not going to happen. It's going to be peace on earth. Even the trees are going to say, "Thank
Ellie,
God."
this dude they cut me down every
Thank
second.
God. The fish is going to be swimming up
One more
there.
quickly.
Swimming up on
Listen to this. Just because what the brother said, listen to this, yeah?
The book of Amos chapter 3 verse 1.
Yeah.
Hear this, word. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you,
Against
O
you.
children of Israel.
That's not one.
Yeah. I want to read that.
Oh yeah. Read that one. Yeah, oh yeah, it's there.
Amos chapter 3 verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family
All 12
which I
tribes.
brought up from the land of Egypt.
Now, notice it says the whole family that brought up out of Egypt. Now, earlier you did mention
Yeah.
a mixed multitude came out. But here's the thing about the mixed
That's a good
multitude.
precept.
Yeah, here's the thing about the mixed multitude. If he, say we were a gang, well, we are kind of, but let's say, for instance, like, he got locked up. Something happened and they nabbed.
Sorry, just one second.
Yeah, sure.
Let me just get this. I'm supposed to be home a long time. Hello?
Yeah, shalom family. Shalom.
No, I'm on my way home.
Don Israel, Jacob Ben Israel,
Oh, they don't have
Sister Nolan, Sister Rebecca. Yeah, Basham, yeah, Rebecca.
Oh, all right. I'm good. I'll be about. Yeah, I'll be about half an hour. Yeah, I'm on my way.
Yeah, so we just here teaching the Bible. We haven't opened out yet. So when he's gone, we'll open up. Yeah. Just might change up a bit still. But once he's done, you can do your thing. Then I'll jump in.
Call me later. I'm in the middle of something. Yeah? I'll call you back. Yeah.
Alright.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
I really
yeah.
appreciate
Yeah.
it.
The last
I just
one,
quickly
and then
finish that out. 'Cause
yeah.
I was saying like this. Say like we're a gang and something happened and they nabbed my brother here and they put him in prison. Now you know like when you watch them old westerns, they used to come with dynamite and try and break them out of prison. Now we came with dynamite against what we said to the stand back, we're gonna blow the wall. So the wall blew open and we freed him. Now other prisoners saw the hole in the wall and came out too. Was I freeing them?
Was you? Was
Like the other, like I blew the. 'cause I
no,
said,
you weren't freeing them. You were freeing
Exactly.
me.
I'm freeing
Exactly.
my brother, but the others took the
Could not
opportunity to, because the Holy One come out.
That's the same
That's
with
the
the
same
mixed
thing with the mixed multitude. The Lord was freeing Israel,
But they were-
but they took the opportunity to come out also. That's why when people try to include, but the mixed multitude come out, but the salvation wasn't for them.
But
They
that-
just took the opportunity.
That even says it though. Read
But
verse
watch
1
this.
again.
Watch this. Yeah.
Amos chapter 3
Does that make
verse 1.
sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel,
Right.
against the whole family
See?
which I brought up
So
from the
only
land
speaks
of
to Israel.
Egypt.
So with the mixed multitude, because they
Saying,
came with us. Go on.
You only have I known.
So if I said to you, I only know you, does that mean I know anyone else?
No.
But listen, read that again.
You only have I known of all the families of the
Of all
earth.
the nations of the earth.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your
Which
iniquities.
is why we are not worse than
And
everybody else.
This is why you can't go in the Bible and find any other nation being judged for sin apart from the Israelites.
Even though they may do things which
Yeah.
you may be deemed sin,
But they're
there's
not
certain
judged for.
that when you look at murder, homosexuality, and child sacrifice,
Universal law.
that's universal.
Yes.
But like the dietary law and all of those other commandments,
Adultery
that's
as well.
just
That's
for us.
universal as well.
Okay. Thank you so much. I
Welcome, brother.
appreciate it,
Thank-
brother.
thanks for your time, man.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, I think
Where you
yeah,
been?
you-
I'm gonna tell it's you.
Yeah, no, we don't mind. We don't mind.
We don't mind.
Yeah, we don't mind.
Like, if you go on the channel,
Yeah.
she'll see
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you were here.
yeah. Wife, it was our fault.
It's our fault. Forgive your husband.
Yeah,
That was nice. Let's
Let's open up.
yeah, shalom Israel.
Yeah,
we
here
come
ends
out
the lesson.
week in, week out, and as often as the Most High makes it possible for us to push this word, so He can use it to wake up the elect of His people. But before we start, we're going to give all glory, honor, and praises.
Before we start, we've started.
Well.
After,
Yeah. Well,
after we started,
we're
we
going to
give
give
all
all glory,
praises.
honor, and praises to Yahweh.
Power, Bashem, Yahushai, Wahab, Rakah, Kadash.
Give double honors to the elders and apostles in Israel who will and teach well, to the Akib and the Ives and Byres and those pushing this word in truth, sincerity, to the brothers and sisters in the truth. And to be honest, that's why we come out. We put lessons together to try and edify those who are watching, but we're actually out here you know, for the brothers and sisters them that's out here. So, you know, that was a pastor, no?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a
he was.
pastor. He's a
Yeah, and
pastor, right?
he
Believe
seems
me.
And my brother
like
through the
he's been
Spirit saw it
edifying.
before he confirmed.
No, I think he's been there before, you said.
I don't remember
Yeah,
him.
that's what you said.
I don't
Yeah.
remember him. He
Yeah,
said
he
he
said
stopped
the
before, but I
second
don't
time, yeah.
remember him. But like just how the questions he was asking, I knew he was a
Yeah,
pastor.
so, you know, Lord willing, a seed was planted and the Most High gives the increase.
Yeah, yeah,
that he can teach the rest of his people and the elect that may be amongst his congregation can awaken. We can get out there sooner, man. Yeah, but the brother wants to say something before we start. I think might even have to change up the time a bit before that.
Right. So, you're giving me the time to do all
Yeah, might as well do it now.
No, you may as well because we've used about an hour of mash already. So yeah, so
Yeah.
did we start on time?
No, just before.
Right. Going to Bible where it talks about vowels.
What?
You know when you go into the Bible, there's a bit where it talks about vowels.
Are you taking a lesson?
Well, I wasn't. I was gonna do
I don't know what part, you know.
I'll find it.
It's an extension.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you can do what you need to do,
Whatever you need to do.
and then we'll just continue after that.
Right. So
Oh, languages.
there's a Salaki Israel, there's a controversy.
Yeah, give me one of those.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
wait. No,
Oh, he was putting two for himself to stand. Just fold it. Oh,
Hey, give me one.
that's a young guy. He don't
Right.
feel that. He's not.
So there's a controversy. There's a controversy in Israel at the moment to deal with the Lashon Kodash or Kodash, right? The problem with the controversy is, you know, when somebody has an argument that's not a profitable argument, it's a non-argument, right? So within our camp, I'm the one that kind of gets into the Lashon Kodash more than most
Any one
people.
of us.
More than most people. I'm not the best speaker of it, but I'm more studied in it. I'm not the best speaker of it, but I'm the most studied in it.
I'm the least studied.
Right, so first off, could somebody bring out, one second. Oh, mine's, oh, all right, got it back. Right, so could somebody bring out, yeah, let me find it first. Could somebody bring out Judges chapter 5 and verse 11, please?
Now,
Yes.
Judges chapter 5 and verse 11.
Right.
And it reads. They that are delivered from the noise of the archers.
Which is future connotation. So that's dealing with judgment, ICBM missiles, things like that. Go on now.
Noise of the archers in the places of drawing water.
The places of slavery, or the places of captivity, or the places of forced labor.
There shall they rehearse the righteous acts
So really the whole point
of
of
the Lord.
right. So really the whole point of that verse was rehearsing the righteous acts. So we have totally lost our culture, our language, our heritage, everything like that. I think that's in Jeremiah. Who's got that one? Jeremiah. You know,
17 and 4.
Jeremiah 17 and 4. We've lost our heritage. I don't really need it. No, we don't really need it, right? Because it's a quick thing. So we've lost our heritage. Isaiah 28 and 11.
You want it now?
Yeah.
11 or 8. Can you go on to the book?
No, 11.
Isaiah.
Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 28 and verse 11.
Right.
For with stammering
With stammering lips, which is like an unknown. What was happening to me earlier when my lips was getting locked and frozen? Go on.
For with
Stammering
stammering
lips
lips and
Another tongue. Another tongue would be another Lashawan, which is tongue. Another language. Go on.
will he speak to this people.
So it's being prophesied. We're being prophesied that we're rehearsing, we're practicing the righteous acts. Meaning we're practicing our culture, heritage, language. We don't have it perfect. This one is saying, go on, say it again.
Oh,
With stammering lips and another tongue, go on.
It says, for with stammering lips
and another tongue, not Hebrew, go on.
will he speak to this people.
Right, so this has been prophesied. Right, there's one in Isaiah 19 and 18. And could somebody get Zephaniah 3 and 9, please?
Chapter 9. Isaiah chapter 19, verse 18.
Yeah.
Says, in that day shall 5 cities
Right, so in that day, in the future,
in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan.
the language of Canaan was the same language as the Hebrew. That's why it's called Proto-Canaan, it's called Proto-Phoenician, it's called Paleo-Hebrew. Right, go on.
And swear to Yahweh of hosts, one shall be called the city of destruction.
Right, so the main point was in the future we'll be speaking that language. You read your one?
Zephaniah 3 verse 9. For then will I turn to the people
Then, in the future, go
in
on,
pure language,
which is the Proto-Canaan, the Proto-Phoenician, the Paleo-Hebrew.
that they may call upon the name of the Adon Yahweh to serve him with one consent.
Right. So, based on what the scriptures and the prophecies are saying, nobody's speaking the pure or the perfect Hebrew. I would say, through the Spirit, that the One West ilk, the people that came through that line, are speaking the closest to the pure language. However, I'm not going to put my neck on a block and say that we are speaking the pure language, because the prophecy said we will, not we are. Right, so now I'm going to go into some scholarship now. Oh, read the Zondervan thing for me.
This is Zondervan. The Zondervan, page 82. And you want languages, yeah?
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, 82 and like a further way down it says the ancient Hebrew text.
The ancient Hebrew text, go on,
Consisted only of consonants.
consisted only of consonants, meaning there's no vowels. Go on, read it.
Where am I? Since the Hebrew alphabet had no written vowels.
It had no written vowels. Take a screenshot of that. Right.
Vowel signs were invented by the Jewish
Read that again.
Vowel signs
were
invented
Invented means it was created. It means it was not there before.
by the Jewish Masoretic scholars in
By
the
the
6th
Masoretic
century.
scholars in the 6th century.
And
Give me a
later.
time and a date. And later, right? Is that it?
It says, well, that's the highlight.
Yeah, right. So now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a crash course on the Paleo-Hebrew. So this is actually the original script. Now, if you notice, it's more or less images of things, right? You see a bull's head, you see this thing, this thing here that looks like a B or a G turned around. Yeah. It looks like a B or a G turned around. This is actually a tent plan. So this bigger bit here was where the women were. The tinier bit there was where the men were. So the entrance are coming. The men were always by the entrance, and that bit there is where the women were, right? Right. So these are images, right? So the images convey a meaning. So before there was a script, before there was an alphabet or a script, you had pictographs, images of things, and those images conveyed a meaning, right? The Egyptians had a similar concept, conveyed a meaning, right? So now we're going to go into scholarship. So the scripts that do not have vowels, I want you to take everything I put here, I want you to take a screenshot so you could go through it, right? Right. So, an abjad, also abgad, is a writing system in which only consonants are represented, leaving the vowel sounds to be inferred by the reader. Now, bearing in mind, the person that wrote this has a preconceived idea. It's called confirmation bias. So certain people believed that there were always vowels, and where the vowels are not written, they were inferred. right? Some people believe that. However, I'm of the ilk of what I see is what I deal with, and I don't position my bias onto it. And if at a later date, what I believe or what I think is true is proved to be untrue, that allows me to correct my position. I'm not holding fast to a position that later on is proven to be incorrect. So I'm not going to insert that idea, but I'm going to read it out because it's written. This contrasts with alphabets which provide graphemes for both consonants and vowels. The term was introduced in 1990, so I'm older. I was alive before this term was invented. So which means this is a modern concept. Other terms for the same concept include partial phonemic script, segmentally linear defective phonographic script, consonantary, consonant writing, and consonantal alphabets. So that's going into abjads. So once you understand, where's the cup? Oh, right. Once you understand what an abjad is, you understand an abjad is a writing system that only consists of consonants. Now the argument or the discussion between the two brothers that had the discussion, I'm not going to mention their names, but everybody in Israel will know who I'm talking about. They had a discussion about the two trains of thought of Lashon and Kodash, right? One of the brother who's very intelligent, very brilliant, and very braggadocious, his position was, oh, there's vowels, and you know the vowels were in there, and even when the vowels are not there, I could show where they were there, right? So let me just show you some scripts. I want you to take screenshots of them and blow it up and analyze the scripts. There's the first one. Oh wait, before I even do that, let me read. Give me that page. So I want to read a citation. I want to read the citation. So, because when you cite it, you're validating it. You're proving it to be a valid thing rather than just something that you made for yourself. Right, so this is the citation. The Grand Bible, all testaments, including pseudepigrapha, apocrypha, and non-canonical scriptures, independent, unprivileged, and unauthorized. Why is unauthorized? Because there's books in here that goes against the Catholic script, so it's unauthorized. By Lord Henfield, 3rd edition, 2024, printed in the UK, Guildford Scientific Press, made in England. Right, so now I'm going to go into chart number 1. This is chart number 1. So I want you guys to take a screenshot. Wait, let me get it good for you. Right. Take a screenshot of this thing. I'm trying to line it up nice. Yeah, got it. Take a screenshot of that. Right. So I'm going to read the things in highlights. Phoenician. So this will be the Phoenician script. Right. Early Phoenician abjads. I've already explained what an abjad is and who developed the term. So the early Phoenicians had abjads, meaning consonantal writing, didn't have any vowels. Middle Phoenician abjads, the Middle Phoenicians didn't have any vowels. Punic abjads, the Punic abjads did not have any vowels. Now you have a screenshot of it, so when you blow it up, you're going to see the information that's not highlighted, and you'll be able to do research on the information. That's chart number 1. Right. Chart number 2. So let me just show you this. Take a screenshot of that. Right. And once you get a screenshot of it, you can blow it up and you look at the information. I'm going to read the highlighted bits. Aramaic. So the first one, let me see the first one. No. Oh. The first chart. Yeah. Because I want you to... Yeah, mine too. Right. No, not that one. This one of them. So I want you to focus on the names of the nations or the peoples that had the Abjad scripts. The Phoenicians, the Punic. Right. So now we're going into chart 3. Let me go chart 2. No, chart 3. Chart 3. Aramaic, Syriac, and Indic, or Indies, right? Aramaic Abjads. So the Aramaic, which was the Babylonian script, or the script that came from Aram, was Abjads, did not have consonants. Aramaic. That's where Aramaic comes from. Aram.
That's what them
of the
people said.
Chinese.
Oh, it's Aram. It's Aram.
Yeah. Abjads, right? Palmyrene Abjads, which they say early forms of Syriac, Aramaic. Hebrew square Abjads, which is what we call the modern script, or they're calling it now the biblical script, which pisses me off because the Bible is written predominantly in Paleo-Hebrew, right? So I'll show you again so you see it. Take a picture of it, screenshot it, and blow it up and look at the information, right? Now we're going into chart 4. Now bearing in mind, all of the scripts were Abjads, consonantal, no vowels. Now we're going into chart 4. Take a screenshot. Let me get it properly. Wait. It's kind of hard to do it because I'm seeing everything in reverse. All right, take a screenshot of that. Good. Early Syriac, listen to this, Arabic, Yemenite. Yemenite is the language they speak in Yemen. So Yemen, Saudi Arabia, Abjad. This is what it's saying, and Syriac. Right, so I'm going to read the highlighted bits, which you have a screenshot of it. The Aramaic scripts were adopted by Arabs in Nabatea. So anybody that knows the history of the Jordan and Petra Valley, the Nabateans were the ones that moved in when the Edomites were pushed out. So they were like basically Arabs or travelers. The Nabatea, Edom, we know who and what Edom is, or Idumea, Petra, and Iranians. So all of the names I just called out had consonants and no vowels, according to what this information is bringing out. From about 500 AD, the Syriac Aramaic script of the Sassanid Empire, where the word assassin comes from, the Sassanid Empire served as a model for Arabic. So what this is actually saying is that the early Arabic consists of a script and a language that came from the languages that were there before it, which it lists as Nabatean, Edom, Iranian, and Syriac. Syriac Aramaic Abjad, Arabic Abjad. So it's listing out all of the nations that surrounded Israel. They also were Abjads. They had languages consisting of consonants. So let me show you the last one now. So this one now, if you see, it's got Greek and Italic, because the Greeks and the Italians, or the Romans, they were the last people groups to have us in captivity, and actually one could argue we're still under captivity to the descendants of these particular groups, right? So Greek and Italic, sorry. Listen to this. The Phoenician script, the Paleo-Hebrew script, or the Proto-Canaan script, or the Paleo-Phoenician script is the same script, spread in the Mediterranean over a vast area that was 6,000 kilometers or 4,000 miles long and 2,000 kilometers 1.4 thousand kilometers wide. The Semitic Phoenician Abjads, and in brackets it has scripts without vowels, developed, listen to this, into Greek and Italic alphabets with vowels. So what's the importance of that? The importance of that is, if you have your own script, you're going to develop a script that's going to complement your language, yeah? If you're borrowing a script from another group, the script is not going to fully encapsulate your language, especially if your language has vowels. So which is why they had to develop alphabets with vowels. And if you want to prove that, if you do the history of the Roman alphabet, or not the Greek, the Roman alphabet, they have a timestamp of when certain vowels were created and when certain vowels were invented. They were not all invented at the same time, right? The Semitic grammar, listen, the Semitic grammar is based on consonants, while the grammar of Indo-European languages such as Greek, Italic, Iranian, and Indies are based on vowels. The Latin adjective bonus, good, as example, shows clearly that Indo-European languages need letters for vowels. And then they give you the examples. B-O-N-E, bone. B-O-N-I, Bonnie. B-O-N-O, Bono. B-O-N-A, Bona. All those words, without having a vowel system, would sound the same. They would all sound the same. So this is why when the Greeks and the Romans took over the Levant and took over North Asia and took over the Medo-Persian Empire and took over Egypt and took over Yemen, this is why they had to introduce vowels into the language, because they have vowels in their speech patterns. So they need vowels to vocalize the way they speak, right? Yeah. So, no, that's it. So basically, oh, and one other thing, to the Lord, to the Testament. Yeah. Isaiah 8 and 20, and there's another one in, is it Isaiah 34?
16.
34 and 16. 16, yeah, and bring that one out as well. Yeah, just to wrap it up.
Isaiah chapter 8 and 20 says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it's because there's no light in them.
Right, so we already know what the light is. I brought that piece out earlier.
Proverbs 6:23.
What the light is.
You want it now?
Yeah,
again?
bring out. Yeah.
6:23:7.
Yeah.
6:23:7.
Yeah.
Proverbs. Oh, excuse me. Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 23.
Yeah.
For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light.
Right, wait. So the commandment is a lamp. So a lamp is an instrument that is used to illuminate a dark space. Go on.
It says, and the law is light, and reproofs of instructions are the way of life.
Right. So what it's saying is that the laws, the statutes, the commandments, the elders, the just elders that gave us a good example, the words that they said, the words that they spoke, the instructions that they gave us, is a light to direct us through or navigate us through or give us the ability to discern. I am a tree.
That's because he is.
Yeah. To discern between controversies. Now, what I find disturbing is controversies between Hebrew Israelites. I find that very unprofitable, in my opinion. Now, there are controversies. Why? Because we're rehearsing. We don't have the complete picture, right? Our Lord and Savior has not come and put the Haragium down, right? The new kingdom hasn't been fully established yet. The hopefully elect have not been fully sealed yet. So oh, Daniel. There's some in Daniel that I have to bring out as well.
Which one?
Where's my so let me get the ones in Daniel. Because what there is, what there is, I find that our intellectual brothers, the brothers that are the best, I don't like the word best, good speakers, they're good with,
Studied.
well studied, they're good at understanding the apologetics. There's an issue with that, by the way.
You know what I can say as well?
Yeah,
if
go
I
on.
can quickly add.
Yeah, go on.
My grand, she was full of sayings. And one thing
Wise
she used,
sayings.
one thing she used to say is, "I'm wise to them fool." Sometimes when you try
Boy,
and be
that is the truth.
too smart, you end up being too smart for your own
Fooling to
good.
the dumb.
And now you start to bring out foolishness that will
Right.
contend over unpopular things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, what's going to get us into the kingdom?
Did you bring out the
Fearing the Most High and keeping His commandments. And sometimes we try to go above that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I liked about the pastor. The pastor was willing. The pastor was willing to humble himself and listen and learn. And sometimes we just have to be able to do that. Just be satisfied with the portion that the Most High gives us. You know, sometimes we want to be more than what the Lord has given us. You know, and when you're not satisfied with your portion, that's when you start to change this, or you know, you start to try and challenge people unnecessarily over foolishness. You know what I'm saying?
right? So
That me knowing the Hebrew, me knowing the perfect Hebrew ain't gonna get me into the kingdom.
no,
Me
no.
knowing the perfect English ain't gonna get me into
No,
the kingdom.
no.
The Bible says we bring out the end of every
Yep.
every Sabbath lesson. Fear Yahweh and keep His
His
commandments. And sometimes we want to go over and above that understanding to make ourselves like it's actually someone could
It's
get me,
self-glorification.
Matthew 5.
We're holding something.
Right.
No, okay, he's not holding.
Matthew 5 and 16.
So Matthew chapter 5, verse 16.
16.
Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Sometimes we're trying to get the glory for ourselves.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
The glory goes to the Most High.
Yes.
It's that simple, man. You give Him the glory and make Him glorify us in due time.
Yes.
But sometimes we want that glory now. So, yeah, well, brother, you know what? You're not getting that quite right, you know. Like, yeah, you have to come back to this. And now this Bible is the Apocrypha. No, man, it's not the Apocrypha. It's the Apocrypha. Like, you have to say it right. You know?
It's true, though, yeah. Me too.
Yeah. Sure, no.
All right, so I gave you a precept. What is it? Isaiah 8:20. I gave you one. You ready already? All right, read your one.
16.
Book of Isaiah chapter 34 verse 16, and it reads, Seek ye out of the book of the Lord Yahweh. Like seek ye
Yeah.
out of the book of the Lord
Yeah.
and read.
Yeah.
No
But-
one of these shall fail.
Right.
None shall want her mate.
And this is the issue I have with that. It wasn't a debate, but that discussion, because one individual was elevating himself and puffing up himself with the knowledge he has, which he has vast knowledge in the Hebrew, but not as vast as he thought. Because when the brother asked him a simple question, he couldn't answer it, which is, how do you change the tenses in the Hebrew verbs? He couldn't answer. So if you can't answer that, then you shouldn't be, I'm not saying you shouldn't be defending the Lashon Kodash, but you shouldn't be defending it with a gung-ho way like you know all, because you don't. Because the guy asked you a simple question you couldn't answer. Okay,
But even with that, hold on, read that again.
Seek
go on.
ye out of the book
Well-
of the Adawan Yahweh and read.
Ultimately, yes, we may go into extra books to clarify certain things.
Yes.
But you know what?
This is the end all and be all.
This is all I need.
That's the point.
Without your
Yeah, you
finger.
go.
Yeah, without the finger.
This is all he needs.
No, you need this thing as well to help you find the pages.
Like,
Right, so you brought me back to my train of thought there as well. So basically the train of thought is, one individual was puffing up himself. Obviously he's very skilled at the Lashon Kodash, right? but he couldn't answer a basic question. The other one is I would even say a genius. However, his information is not founded on this. It's founded on the Talmud. It's founded on the Masoretic scholars. It's founded on what one could argue is Judaic.
But you know what? He was puffed up himself too. You stay there.
No, he's the most puffed up. But I'm just saying it to divide the two, right? But anybody listening will know exactly who I'm referring to. Right. Could you bring that up?
Daniel chapter 12 and verse 4, and it reads, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words."
I know what's lacking, and that's why sometimes I'm kind of glad I don't know certain other information. You know, just
Don't make you stray
just
too
what's,
much.
But
Right.
it says the making of many books. There's no end, man.
Right, so what Ak is saying, I'm going to break it down in layman's terms. When the Bible talks about riches or wealth, it's not just monetary.
That's right.
Wisdom is a wealth. Knowledge is a wealth. That's why when Ezra was rewriting the book, there were certain things he was told. He said, seal it,
To the wise and understanding, man.
give to the wise and understanding, and seal to the rest.
Yeah, open,
Right?
yeah, give-
Open to the rest. It's not everybody got it. Right, now read that.
Sorry, come closer.
No, I ain't got time. It comes to a different stage in your life.
What does?
The wisdom.
Okay.
When you're open, you have to go through certain things. Not everybody is chosen to know.
That's true.
Yeah, everybody has
Because they
different
don't-
gifts.
Just like in school and how you brought up. Because we come with a lot of trauma. Yeah?
Trauma, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that is why us West Indians, that's why you men are prostate.
A
You
lot.
were brought up like cattle,
Yeah.
right? And because you're not talking, and you see, you need the son.
Yes.
No, we need a
This-
father.
We have a father. The great.
But when you
he
said the sun, you
brought
look up at the sun up there. Or
No.
No, she's talking about the vitamin D or E that
It's a
without which your
hormone.
bones break.
okay.
We
And the
literally
Lord
do need
breathed the breath of life.
No, I know.
And he breathed the breath of life in you. And people forget the basic fundament. You can read all that.
No.
You have to be careful
No,
when you
this is
say
where I'm
that.
going to interrupt.
No, I'm
No,
not
no,
talking
no.
about you personally.
This is what you have to read.
I know, but no, hear me out.
You're philosophizing.
Just like school, if the foundation is not good,
Yes.
But
This
this,
is what-
this is where you'll get the
I know,
foundation.
darling, I know.
Here.
But what I'm not talking about you personally.
I understand.
I'm just speaking generally.
Generally,
Like my father taught me and my mother, both of them when they sit down, both of them together work on things together. And it's the trust and knowing yourself.
So do you believe in the Bible?
Of course I believe in the Holy Spirit.
That wasn't the question.
Yes, it is.
No, he
So the
asked you
question was, do you
specific-
Do you
believe
believe in the Bible?
Yes, that's the
I
question.
have never read it word to word. When the time comes for
Are you
me.
going to believe in something that you ain't read?
Because, you know what? Not everything is on that paper. It's what you believe. Don't forget. It's
Damn right it is.
It is. To the word and to the
Listen.
testament.
There's certain Bibles that you can't get. The
Right.
Maccabee Bible.
Oh,
and-
but hold it.
Okay.
No,
That's what he's holding.
Hold it.
That's what he's holding.
Listen, what does it say here? Look, in this very King
Let me
James.
just.
No,
No,
listen,
you look like you don't want to look at
Listen,
it.
listen.
No, I have
Wait,
to go
just wants to
shop.
hear
Well, we're going to hear what
No,
we're
I
going to
know.
end
Wait,
it
wait,
there
wait.
because
Look.
I'm not into.
No,
Yes.
what does that say?
Yes.
No, what does it say?
Yes.
Read it. No,
Read
tell
it.
me.
Read it.
Because you keep pushing it away.
Yeah,
I
read
want
it.
you to tell me. I'm asking you, what does
Yes,
that
it's
say?
it. I
What
don't
does it
have to
say?
tell you. Yes, you have the Bible.
No, but no.
Yes.
Thank you. So, because you were
But
trying to say
listen,
we don't have it. So
I
we're
did-
proving we do.
I never said that you don't have it. How should I know whether you have it or not? Who am I
show
to
it.
But that was
whether
your
you have
statement a minute ago.
Hey, what's
it? No,
this?
it's not.
What we have to do?
I'm just
Look,
saying you can't now. You're fortunate to have it. It's not easy to come. That's what I'm
It
telling
is
you.
now.
It's now.
No, it
Yeah.
No.
Because you can
In
order
Jamaica, it
online.
might be a bit difficult because I think
never
it's
used
still
to be
banned over
here
there.
because
Not
they-
anymore, yeah.
No,
So
it
in
used to
Jamaica,
be-
you can get it.
And here it used to be banned from here.
Yeah, it's not banned.
Because
Yeah, it's not banned
when they keep changing anything, it's because when you know, they move it. And those that come, as I said, I come from an analog life.
But you,
Yeah?
you see what you need to do now, sis? You need to
Yeah,
pick up the Bible and start to
I
read it.
know, and I say, when is your time to? You
Well,
have to
this
be-
is your time because time's
Yeah.
running
Listen,
out.
the Lord
How long are you
tells
going to wait? He's telling you now.
He's
This
telling
is-
you.
this
He's
is-
telling, no, he's telling you through me.
Through us, he's telling you.
He's telling you
Don't,
now.
don't you know the Lord speaks through
Through
men?
people.
That's how He
Yeah, so
works.
he's telling you now.
Spiritually.
No,
What
it's
does that
physical.
mean?
Listen, it's
You know what?
What does that mean?
When in the day.
what does it mean to be?
What
He
does that
speaks
mean?
spiritually. What does that
I
mean?
can't tell you, but I can tell myself.
Sister,
But how does
listen,
it
listen.
profit anybody? You see, the point is, like, your argument isn't
I'm
profitable.
not arguing with nobody.
No,
No,
when
no,
I
it means
say
your discussion.
argument, I
I
don't
know.
mean
Your point of view.
But then
argument.
you-
So don't
this
pick on.
is-
Hang,
no,
wait.
this is
Listen,
what
you've
happens.
said a
You've
lot.
been talking,
Listen,
listen
you've
now.
said a lot.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah,
us
fair enough,
speak.
fair enough.
Right? The point is, right? Don't harp on my words and try to pick fault. Let
I'm
me
not
finish.
picking fault in anybody.
Let me finish
Allow him
because
to
I
make
said
his point, and
this
then you
is-
could critique his
I
point.
was trying to say this is an argument. I don't mean we are physical argument. We're having a discussion.
Yeah.
It was just my choice of
Choice of
word
words,
at that
This
point.
is the
Let him
problem.
finish.
It's not a problem.
No, to me it is
Well,
because
that may well be, sis.
this is look. This
The problem
this
is you seem to have a rebellious spirit.
and you
it's
have
nothing to do
It
with
is rebellious,
that's
man.
That's
Yeah,
your
well, I'm
belief.
telling you.
You
The
can
Lord-
say, you
listen,
can tell
listen,
me
listen,
what
listen,
you like.
He has a spirit of discernment.
Listen.
Uncle, how are you?
Listen, the
Good to
Lord
see you,
is.
brother.
Someone get me
You see,
Ecclesiastes 12 and 30.
interpretation.
Now, listen to this. No, you can't
Interpretation.
go down that road,
Yes, I
sis.
can.
Sis,
Because
sis,
you
hear
just
what?
said,
Wait, hear what?
let me just finish.
No.
No, wait,
We're
you
gonna leave
said
it
a
there.
lot,
You
sis.
don't wanna
Let's
listen.
read the
No,
Bible.
let
Let's
her
see what
go.
the Bible
No,
says.
listen,
No,
if
you
you-
can't say no. This is what we're going to
No,
read.
you're
Because this is what
I'll
we
tell you
stand
I'll tell
on.
you what the
This-
problem
This
is.
is what we
This is the
stand on.
book of
Listen to this.
Ecclesiastes, chapter 12.
You can say
Yeah,
what
read
you
it.
like because
Read
you,
it.
when I say you
12 and verse 13.
You don't
Let us
understand
hear
the
the
Bible.
conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
And when it says man, it means mankind, man, woman, and children.
Yeah.
Go two, start two.
I mean, she just wants to wrap
I
it
know,
on.
That's what they do.
Yeah, go on.
And what did you want to say?
Ezekiel 2 and
I was
start
kind
3.
of fed up of hearing that. Ezekiel 2 and stuff.
And you wonder why we get into so much flipping problems as a people.
Our women don't know how to keep quiet. Ezekiel chapter 2. He's got his hand in his pocket. I'm holding a
Book of
verse.
Ezekiel
You could have
chapter
done
2
that.
verse 3.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said unto me, Son of man,
Go on, hold
I
on.
send thee to the children of Israel,
Go on.
to a rebellious nation.
Now, if that ain't true through what we just saw,
Yeah.
and we've had both today. We've had a humble
Oh, yeah.
and a
Oh,
receptive
yeah.
spirit,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and then you got a rebellious one.
Yeah.
Go on.
Well, the Most High is balanced anyway.
Go on.
Yeah.
Book of Ezekiel chapter 2 verse 3. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel.
Go on.
To a
And this is why
rebellious
we're going to
nation.
get, this is why we need Yahweh Shai to come back, because before, as a majority would repent, the Most High would deliver us.
Yes.
We're so blasted stubborn now, like we're stuck in this situation till thy kingdom come. Look to know, man. Go on.
that have rebelled against me.
Go on. And she
their
thinks she's backed
fathers.
up against me, no?
Yeah.
Sure, go on.
That was spiritual, man.
But did you notice, Luckia, how every time I try to, she's trying to push the Bible away. She didn't even want to look
I
at
didn't want to
it.
read the word
Because she
Maccabees.
doesn't want to be told. She wants to do the telling.
Telling, yeah.
It's the same spirit that's on there. The Ark had it as well, but he even go down even.
Yeah.
And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel,
Ah.
to a rebellious
Rebellious,
nation
yeah.
that have rebelled against me.
Ah,
They and
consistent.
their fathers have transgressed against me,
That's right.
even unto this very day.
Generationally.
Keep reading that. Keep reading.
Yep.
Verse 4. For they are impotent children
Hard-headed.
and stiff-hearted. I do
Very.
send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith Yahweh.
And when you try and tell them thus saith the Lord, they don't want to hear it. Even to just flip and read the words Maccabees was a problem.
It was like it was.
She was shunning it.
Yeah, and she even turned her head like she just didn't want to look at the page.
The stench of the words. Go on.
You said we didn't have it. When you're going to show that you have it,
She didn't want to
know.
Because she doesn't want to be proven wrong.
Go on.
Right.
And that's what we're saying to the pastor about
Let him finish.
being able to be born again.
Yeah.
Go on.
Verse 5. And they, whether they will hear
And that's the point I want.
or whether
They
will
forbear.
for they are a rebellious house,
That's right.
yet shall they know that there have been a prophet among them.
That's right. So whether they hear or forbear, it's like, I'm not saying to tell you. How you accept it is between you and him upstairs.
So
Yeah, go on.
So he's just been an ambassador. An ambassador is somebody that is sent, or an apostle, you could use that word as well. It's sent to deliver a message, but the message is not coming from him, it's coming through him.
I should try and convince people back.
No.
I used to waste how much energy I've actually wasted trying to
I ain't
convince.
doing that.
Like it's like flipping weight training. Like
It is.
it actually
Weighs
can
you
take
down.
it out of that. It
drains
does.
you out.
I've been there and I'll
And it's
never do
funny
that
how
again.
she says, "Oh, the Lord will speak to me spiritually." I mean, these women think that they're going to get this commandment through their head that's going to tell. This is how he works. He works by somebody who's at least trying to keep the commandments, who has studied and learned, and now can teach you.
Right, so spiritually is a code word for what
Do it
I
myself,
think
yeah.
in my mind, or what comes to me in my thoughts. That's what spiritually is. And spiritually is in this sense in opposition to what's coming from the word.
Remember, didn't she come up to us?
Yes, she did. I saw when she
was
walked.
saying something.
Because I said something,
Yeah.
and it picked her ear. She stopped, and then she came. So basically, she actually came to teach me. That's what she came to do. Right. So
Yeah, Daniel chapter 12 and verse 4.
Yeah.
And it reads, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end."
right. So the same instruction that was given to Ezra was given to Daniel as well. So that's confirming it as well. So read it again.
"But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book,
Seal the book means seal the knowledge or the understanding of the book. Go on.
even to the time of the end."
To the time of the end. So we're in the time of the end. That's why we're being given information and knowledge and understanding and the spirit of discernment. Our elders had it, but to a lesser degree, and their elders had it to a lesser degree, going back. But there was always a remnant. Go on.
"Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased."
So this, I was just about to say that. This reminds me of a beloved brother I haven't seen in years, but he always used to say that, knowledge increase. And his name was Daniela. So what that also says, validates what I said as well. The knowledge is going to increase. So what a younger might just grasp straight away, it might take me 10 years to grasp, I may never get it.
You know a
Right?
good example of knowledge increasing? Me having the Christian understanding and then coming into the truth.
Well, that's
and-
all of us.
Yeah.
That's all of us.
Yeah, Howard
Malachiam Barakatha.
and your Allah's Judah.
Yeah.
If I can get some of these, I'll bring them out.
Yeah. Right.
I can't find it now.
Let's finish off because there's just one more and then.
You want 8 and 9? Yeah. Daniel chapter 12 verse 8. "And I heard, but I understood not."
Right, so that's also in Isaiah, was it 30 or thereabout, where the Most High will put a veil over your eyes so that you will
Read
hear.
this book.
Yes, yeah. So, read again.
"And I heard, but I understood not."
Which is what happens a lot, oftentimes when we speak to people. They hear what we say, they don't understand what we say. Go on. That means that the knowledge is sealed. Go on.
Then said I,
Remember, that's what Yahushua or Ananias says. Hear that hears and hear not.
Yeah.
then said I,
What did he say?
"Oh my Lord, what shall be the end of these things?" Verse 9. And he said, Go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed till the time of the end.
So you arguing about, oh, this vowel and da-da-da and rare, and he said this, and come on, man. If you're adhering to the law and the testament, if you're reading what, you can't go wrong. And not only that, if you're reading the prophecies, you're not even supposed to get drawn into this debate. There's a act that's calls it debate demon. I kind of like that term because it's a demon. There's no benefit to it.
Takes you away from
It's taken away from what we should be doing.
Right. And then, hang on, before you...
And debating
Yeah.
is different to contending for the faith.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
yes,
It's
yes,
different.
yes.
Now, I just want to go back to what the brother
first
had me
precept.
read.
Yeah.
Daniel 12 and verse 4, where it says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the end time, even to the time of the end.
Right.
Many shall run to and fro,
Yeah.
and knowledge shall be increased." Now that's the point I want to make, is knowledge shall be increased. Now, when we go to Ezekiel 47, starting at verse 3, it's going to explain that a bit more. I'll read it myself, because it will teach you. Ezekiel 47. Ezekiel 47 and verse, I'm going to start at verse 3, and it reads, "And when the man that had the line in his hand went forth eastward, he measured 1,000 cubits, and he brought me through the waters." That waters is that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. He brought me through the waters, and the waters were to the ankle. So it's at the ankle. Verse 4, "Again he measured 1,000 and brought me through the waters, and the waters were to the knee." That's how the knowledge, the understanding is slowly being increased. So it started at the ankle, now it's come up to the knee. "Again he measured 1,000 and brought me through the waters." He brought me through. The waters were to the loins. Now you see how it's slowly increasing? Now it's to the loins. Verse 5. "Afterwards he measured 1,000, and it was a river that I could not pass over, for the waters were risen, waters to swim in, the river that could not be passed over." That's the understanding, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding being increased. That was just explaining the Daniel running to and fro, and it will be increased. That's the precept to it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Just wanted that.
This is Ecclesiasticus, prologue of wisdom of Jesus, the son of Solomon.
Otherwise known as Sirach.
"Wherefore let me entreat you to read it with favor and attention,
So basically mirroring what's written in Joshua 1 and 8. Read it, adhere to it, listen to it, meditate on it. Go on now.
and to pardon us wherein we may seem to come short of some words,
Because we're rehearsing the righteous act. Go on.
which we have labored to interpret. For the same things uttered in Hebrew
The same things uttered in Hebrew, in Proto-Canaan, in Paleo-Hebrew, in the Lashawan Kadash, in the Ibaria, go on now.
So the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force.
Which
in
is
them.
why they translated the scriptures from the Paleo, not the Aramaic, from the Paleo and Aramaic to the Greek, the Septuagint. When you read, actually, could you read that? How the Septuagint was created. It's in the Compact Bible. How it was created. Right, because when it was created, it actually, the elders, they were actually in mourning, in a state of mourning when it was created. Right? Is that it?
No, you want to continue?
No, was that it? All the highlighted?
No, not to the bottom.
Yeah, go to the bottom, yeah. Or read it again from the top while you skip.
Wherefore let me entreat you to read it with favor and attention, and to pardon us wherein we may
Yeah, there you
seem
go.
to come short of some words, which we have labored to interpret,
Right.
for the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them. And not only these things, but the law itself and the prophets and the rest of the books have no small difference when they are spoken in their own language.
So there's a power that is invoked in the word when the indigenous in the Hebrew, the original Hebrew, which I would say that nobody's actually speaking now, but when that original Hebrew was being used, there was a power in it, which is why they cried and the wall of Jericho fell down. All right, bring that up.
Septuagint,
Yeah, the highlight.
it says the first and most important of a number of ancient translation of the Greek of the Hebrew Old Testament into
Wait,
Greek.
so the first and most important.
Yeah.
Right, so this
translation.
is telling you the first translation. So prior to that, it was written in Aramaic, which is a form of Paleo-Hebrew, a form of it. It was an Abjad, I showed you that. And in the Proto-Canaan or Paleo-Hebrew, which also is an Abjad, consonant. Go on now.
Says,
Now it's been written with vowels.
the story of the origin of the Septuagint is told in the letter of Aristeas.
Right, so it's validating proof of it, how it was written. Go on.
A pseudepigraphical book written
Pseudepigraphal book.
in the second half of the 2nd century BC. It states that Ptolemy,
Ptolemy.
Ptolemy,
Yeah, Ptolemy.
the king of Egypt,
Right.
wished to
Who
have
was
a
a Greek?
translation of the Jewish law for his famous library in
The
Alexandria.
Alexandrian Library.
At his request, the high priest Eleazar of Jerusalem sent 72 men, 6 from each tribe of Egypt, with a scroll of the law.
Because they had the scrolls.
In each from this scroll, in 72 days they translated one section each from this scroll, and afterwards decided on the wording together. So the Virgin was called Septuagint.
Right, so why they had to decide on the wording? Because certain words cannot be translated. Certain words, when you translate them, you have to decide how we're going to translate it. Is it going to be Hosha, Yehoshua, Ayushua? You have to decide that because you're using a different language system. Go on.
It says in 72 days they translated one section each from this scroll,
Yep.
and afterwards decided on the wording together.
Right.
So the version was called Septuagint.
Yeah, which is 70 in
The
Italian.
translation of the 70 abbreviated, what's that, LXX?
Yeah.
LXX.
Yeah, LXX.
Later writers elaborated on this story to the effect that the 72 had translated the whole Old Testament.
Right, so
Not the Pentateuch only.
later, say that again. Later, say it.
Where is it? It says later writers elaborated on this.
Elaborated, meaning they lied. Because an elaboration is where you're taking a true thing and you're adding to it, or you're dressing it up. Go on,
It says later writers elaborated on this story to the effect that the 72 had translated the whole Old Testament, not the Pentateuch
Pentateuch, which is the
Yeah.
first 5 books.
only, each independent of the other in seclusion.
Now the funny thing is, the King James Bible was written in a similar way. Go on now.
It says the exact agreements of the 72 copies prove the work's inspiration. So it seems most likely that the LXX originated not by the desire of Ptolemy II.
Right, listen.
Although the project may have had his approval, but out of the need of the
Alexandrian Jews, who just like the Greek-speaking Jews, go on now.
Says Alexandria of the 3rd century BC was a large city with a great Jewish population.
Yes.
These Jews were Greek-speaking, having long since forgotten their own language.
Which is why we have English Bible, because we have long since forgotten our Bible. So the whole point of this thing, this is an impromptu lesson, but if you want to call it a lesson, but the whole point of it is to address the controversy in Israel, bring out some scholarly information, or at least information that's not coming out of what I think or what people think, and also to demonstrate that the original language, the Lashon Kodash, the pure language, is important. But in my opinion, I notice I'm always saying my opinion, in my opinion, nobody fully has it. They have the understanding of being able to read it, they have the understanding of being able to write it. I could write it. But we are, how to put it, we are, through our elders and through the way our elders said the prayers and how they greet each other, we're upholding that tradition. So as far as I'm concerned, that is the correct way, as far as I'm concerned. Other people are falling into a trap of this debating argument thing. It's not necessary, right? We're supposed to hold fast to what we have been taught and to what we know to be true until the Most High cracks the sky, or until Yahushua comes and brings us back into our land and cracks the whip and put the Haragium game down. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah? Peace. Oh, is that it? Oh, all right. So, what Israel, thanks for your patience. And right.
Ultimately, the Bible lets us know that everything we need, it says it's good for correction, reproof, and instruction in righteousness.
Yes.
You don't need to go for any outside sources to learn that. No.
Yes. Just a short one. Right, so this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and 22, and then 20, 24. Verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Verse 2. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord Yahweh pondereth the heart. And then I'll finish it off with Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24, and it reads, Man's goings are of the Lord Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way?
And the only way you can do that is by doing thus saith the Lord. That's what I say.
Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 2, and shall return unto the other one Yahweh thy power, and shall obey his voice according to all that I commanded this day, though and thy children, all thine heart and with all thy soul.
Shalom, Daniel Allah.
Shalom.
This book of Hebrews. The Hebrews chapter 10 verse 31. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. We said that in the book of Psalms chapter 50 verse 22. Now consider this, ye that forget Yahweh, we shall tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver.
Money on your life.
I'm going to go, yes sir. I'm going straight in Proverbs 4 and 7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding. Straight to Psalms 111 verse 10. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endureth.
I will
And then I'm going to do, as you know by now, the conclusion of the whole matter. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man, every Israelite man, woman, and child. Verse 14. For Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. So, you know, let's get ourselves together in order, especially some of you rebellious women out there. Need to humble down and stop talking and listen more. Those who have humbled down and listened, great, keep it up. That's what we got to do. We have to humble down and listen as well. So it's not just on you women, it's on us too. So, you know, we ain't going to put anything on you that we don't have to do ourselves. But the difference
do
in
that,
us,
though.
Some do, yeah.
yeah,
You're right on that.
that's why I say we ain't. Difference with us, we're gonna do it first, and then we'll command you to do it. But only because we're doing it already. We're not gonna expect anything of you that we're not doing.
For everyone that tuned in, Lord willing, the lesson was edifying. Bit of a different to what we intended to do, but that's how the Spirit goes, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, we're out here to edify those that's around us,
Yeah,
and
we're
Lord
out,
willing,
we're
you're
out there for
edifying.
them, not for us.
Remember the commandment that Yahweh Shai gave the apostles and bid them to the marriage, and also go only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
And Lord willing, through that edification, someone was edified who's watching as well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's our island.
And you know what I'm hoping as well? That pastor that was up here, he's going to now think about certain things he's teaching his congregation.
Well, I felt, I don't know if you guys agree, but I felt a softening of his heart. coming
Oh,
in.
He kind of,
Because at first he was, to my understanding, and
You get
he was,
convicted in the spirit.
but he did come down.
They really did, and at the end, it was
And,
actually really nice.
and it's a nice feeling when you see someone stand humble and adhere, or you know, taking note of what's being said. But yeah, you know, for everyone that tuned in, Lord willing, the lesson was edifying. It's lucky we didn't read the precepts, but always check out the comment board and check out the precepts. But with that, we're going to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahab, Rakah, Kadash.
Kol Yasharala.
Wawaf la baba, ababan la baba.
Right, finish. And what the prophet's going to say?
Shalom.
Okay, you know what? It's not the same when that doesn't happen.
You know what?
You know,
When the speech
and with so no, you know, these guys are waiting to say something. Yeah. Anyway, and with that, and with that, this is Yasharallah, Yahweh's messengers. I think you might want a video. Let's go. We out.
But basically, religion is an organized thing. So what we're doing, we're trying to